Well, we're edging towards throwing you into our first matchup of the day, but before we do, you know it's what I do, guys. You've worked with me before. I am going to push you for predictions here.
ZETA Division.
Okay,
I'm not predicting against them this entire tournament because Laz is playing and we're in Tokyo. If I do, I will never do it. It'll break my heart.
I'm pretty sure I saw at one point on Twitter you changed your name to a Laz fan account. Is that true?
Yes. I'm not saying I'm biased.
I am. I'm gonna say it. He is biased. Let me just put it out there. But at the same time, I'm gonna be biased too.
Oh, rickety. Right, let's get down to it.
Amy, if you're watching this,
Red Bull.
he will.
Bam, there we go.
To our first matchup, and Tom has
Home ground.
that if Zeta
Cloud9
win this
ZETA
entire thing,
Division.
he will get Laz tattooed on his buttocks. It's time to find out.
Both
Mitch,
of them.
Tom, both of them. Take it away. I'm excited to hear you guys.
Thanks so much, Ian. We've already started this one off. We've seen the barriers go up, and it's ZETA Division on that defense, forced out of C. They're going to give it up and play the retake, while C9 quickly take that space. Now, hold on. It looks like Oxy's on his way through to help out, but the help isn't needed. Laz is the first man to fall, and that might just slow down
Check
Zeta's
something
retake plan.
here.
Already the first kill for Curry. The stand-in of this one. You've got Kayada as well, who's just swinging back in. Look at him try to do it. Oh, no, how he's got a third kill there. What a start for the youngster.
ZETA starts off good.
Coming into the team, and that was absurd.
That's absolutely
put this over
unbelievable.
here.
I mean, I had a lot of question marks around Kayada and what we were going to see from this man, but if that's anything to go by, hey, we might be right. ZETA have built the perfect roster. What a start.
That's a really nice. I mean, I would get all that hype over first pistol, though. Like, let's be real, you know?
I'd be like, oh.
He's
It's a nice pistol round, though.
His contract
Hey,
now,
guys, I'm actually available now. Do you want to come back?
I'll be there for next
How
round.
do I
next round.
change?
That's unreal.
Bam.
What a start, and you can only imagine being a young player stepping onto this stage in front of a home crowd, and you come out with a
three-piece like that.
We're going to keep a close eye on this guy.
He's already looking to hype them up as well. We saw in the video earlier. He was the one that sometimes doesn't get out of bed on time.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel my spirit animal.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you do that, you're not doing that, though.
That's the problem. Yeah, I'm not going to wake up late and get a 3K off rip. Nice start. Those are wall bangs onto Curry. Laz, I like your style, my man. I can get behind that.
This is something that, obviously, if you don't know who Laz is, where have you been? But this guy is what I'd like to call a sweaty nerd. That's why I'm a big fan. It's the same, I've always been a big fan of Nats, because he's just a sweaty nerd who practices lots of stuff.
All right, sorry, chat. I'm running a little bit behind, so I'm trying to see if I can get everything going. Obviously, ZETA Division is going to have a pretty
for those stingers, something that we know Vanity has always been a fan
easy retake if they want, so they're sitting back a little bit more.
Looking to try and split towards that C.
I feel like the garage push a little risky, you know, they're at the guns disadvantage here. I guess they did
the rest of his teammates into support.
Force buy up.
Kayada moving to the other side of the map, though. He's back over on A. 3 players ready to defend this C site. And it looks like C9 are still set on crunching in. Sugar Zero might have first contact, and it all comes down to timing. You see him putting down some of his utility to block off C long. It's going to be a fantastic help with 35 seconds
Oxy's got a lot of patience sitting there.
And hope that they hit their shots in some of these fights. And Sugar's even got a safe space inside that smoke to hide out.
Yeah, they put the cove down just to try and hold them, but they're being wrapped on. That's the major danger. The surrounding coming in from behind, and it's Zeppa with a quick double. Make that 3. Looking at matches, pound for pound through the smoke.
Damn.
Kayada, a little bit risky, but in this scenario,
damn.
And a flawless round breakback from C9. What a way to get on the table.
They left one gap on the side of ZETA. It was the walkthrough of Garage, the movement towards spawn. They gambled. And actually, if you look at it, they held that for what? 30, 40, 50 seconds maybe?
Oh, yeah. We were at the like 30-second mark when they went for that push. But I like the patience as well. And that's the thing from C9. There's 2 ways to play against this Viper Harbor. Either you just blast through their utility, just disrespect it completely early stages of the round, or you do what they did. You play very patiently, wait for them to
take that. I want to see if controls.
And they were.
They absolutely were.
Multiples.
They had the self-belief. And now they've got the opening duels. Not the first one, but the trades are clean. With Jake finding a double. The ZETA squad isn't actually thinned out that much, but C9 are being very meticulous about pushing this site. Using their utility to spot out these players. Flash used up, and it's a close flash. They know there's a player in the corner. They spotted Sugar Zero with that flash, and now they can move on to site, knowing that Laz is somewhere close by. What a shot! Laz rips their heads off. They'll be shot in the back, but it's down to a 1v1. Hero Run could be the savior of this round. One well-placed shot, 3 HP, and it won't be enough. So close to a bite back for ZETA, but C9 will steam into the lead.
We saw in that hype package earlier, Cracks.
Why would
managing
that
to get
be
that
the-
collab. We've already seen one in this. Still ridiculously costly. Bear in mind that obviously quite a lot of finances were built up from C9 winning themselves that force, so they're not in too much danger in terms of their money for the next round. But that's going to be some decent ultimate orbs and also a lot of repurchases needed. So ZETA not in the worst spot whatsoever, but they're going to want to break back soon. Especially after you lose a second round, it's really just hard to get that confidence straight back.
Well, it seems like there's a bit of a favorite from C9
Maybe
in
here?
terms of what side of the map they're looking to work. Consistently moving in on C, but they're using that as a bait in this round, putting out their utility there.
Oh,
That it grabs and
snaps?
pushes, maybe on mid, or maybe here on A long. Player spotted out, Kaeda out of here. He's going to be in trouble though. The smoke should give him a safe haven to fall back, and indeed, he avoids getting punished. I like the idea from C9 in the early round.
Oh, snaps.
Stages, and I'm not sure where they can go from here because they haven't got the reward for any of their previous aggression, and they've given up a lot of map control.
Plant here from Vanity could be huge though. That's going to be Rolling Thunder online. Well, Oxy's gone. The spam from Sugar Zero does its job. And they're looking to potentially aggress further. This A-Link, but they met by 3 players. Hero Run just landing every shot. Now it's left all on to Curry. Stand in 1v5. He's got 2 already.
Okay, hold on. Let him cook.
This would be one for the history books.
It really would. On 18 HP, a devastating blow to ZETA.
Oh, I gotta go that way.
Yeah, that one is unfortunately blocked off for now. 32 seconds, spike down, 18 health, and a rifle that, you know, it's not like they're struggling for cash on the C9 side, but with such limited opportunities, I think he is making the right call to go and save this weapon, carry it through the next. But a good fight back from ZETA. And
Yeah, it looks like that's running pretty smooth on both apps too.
Fantastic start. Laz had the collat. Hero Ron very close to winning out round 3, and now comes in.
Like really solid actually.
From C9. These are very good signs for what ZETA can bring to the table further down the line.
Well, that's the thing.
What up, Shifu? How you doing, buddy? My bad, buddy. My fault, man.
The one where my expectations are
Yeah, how you been, Filthy? Sorry, I'm trying to set up my multi-stream. Normally I do my watch parties over on the new
I think they got into
YouTube.
That lower bracket final before they eventually fell, so top 3 in the entirety of it. It gets quite difficult from then onwards when you got teams like Bleed and SCARZ in there. But the fact is,
how you been, fam?
Very good.
Yo, what up, Moon?
It's not a surprise. Kaede being this good very, very early on is fantastic though, because you look for information on him and Uran, and you're talking
Boone,
about
you know I'm doing
they played versus another
some Val casting this weekend, right?
You can talk to
the next couple weekends.
It doesn't give you much.
Yeah, there's not a lot of hard data to pull from, but
Filthy, how you been, fam? Hopefully you've been good.
To the mark.
Dude, we're solid on our end.
Neck and neck with their opponents. Economy on the line for both teams. This is a very
little man's crushing in first grade.
Thunder is committed, and up close, Laz has no chance. Quick punish by Oxy, and the side is theirs.
Yeah, nice execution. That Rolling Thunder always going to give you that entry, that space at a minimum. Spam coming back through has done quite a lot of damage though, and they're using these high tides to take space. But behind it lies the C9 roster.
Sheesh.
Oxy will close out 3 in the retake.
I gotta figure out what it is in the new rig that I like need to focus on to make it so the multiple
they could potentially invest into maybe a single rifle if they wanted to, but
like videos and it not like drop off. I know part of it's on the viewer side, but
you know what? He had an explosive start.
But yeah, Filthy man, we had
yeah, look, it's been a couple of tough rounds. And a lot
we had parent-teacher conferences today. Low man's crushing it.
He's playing A long. They're pushing C consistently.
Things seem to be going on the up and up, so just kind of keep the head down and grind. You know what I mean?
Certainly has a smile on his face. I saw even 30 seconds after that round concluded, he was still smiling ear to ear. Yeah, he still is now, actually. I see him there. He's having a great time. And I think that's as well the youth and the experience.
I'm not going to lie. I was half expecting setting up
this is a big opportunity
the multi-stream to be a lot bigger of a pain in the butt than it was. Because it was really taking me a while to figure out what the
we need to see him step up to the plate in the coming rounds.
But this is the thing about this sort of venue. Obviously, we've had Ian with us sort of hyping everything up to a ridiculous degree, but that is his job. Whereas I'm a bit more, I would say down to earth, but some would say miserable. Yeah. And even I'm.
Yo, I appreciate you, fam.
we've spoken to Kanyang. Kanyang, if you don't
Always
know,
good seeing
owner
you
of
in here.
DRX, he's been around the block. He's been there in
Hey,
previous
yo,
games. He's owned multiple teams, and he came up to us.
You
and
got a
went,
chance.
you understand how historic this venue is.
Yeah.
For esports as a whole.
Check out the
like,
new
being able to
YouTube.
have these
Trying to make a
players
push
within
on
the
it
stage
here,
where normally it's men literally
last bit of
fighting
this
each
year
other
and into
to
next year.
throw each other to the ground. We're going to see that on a like esports played here is a ridiculous way to look at things, and just how many people like we're talking about the middle of a day on a Friday. There are a lot of people already in this building, and it's only going to go up from here. So the fact is, for these players, this genuinely could be a
It's kind of
once-in-a-lifetime
crazy to
opportunity.
think that
there may be events that in
there's
terms of
only
VCT
4,000
have
people
more
watching this on
stature, but
Twitch.
in terms of
Is
a
it because
venue
you think
in
it's because the
Tokyo
Sentinels
with esports being played here?
Invitational still going on?
Anywhere that sort of has that same level to it.
I mean, obviously, Tom, this is both of our first times in Tokyo, and the crazy thing about it was once we knew we were
Tough
coming.
to beat.
Speaking of oxygen looking decent,
Good luck to the next event.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was looking at
Sentinels
a lot of
looking great, but then again, Sentinels looked great last year at that Tarek Ludwig Invitational, and then, you know,
I was scribbling down
did
some
Sentinel
notes on where
things.
I wanted to go, the places to visit, and this was one of them. And then we heard that where the venue was. I was like, I'm sorry, you must be mistaken. We're going to get a tour of it or something.
There's also the sword museum next door. Like,
Yeah.
Just this area in general. If you go literally just round the corner, there's this beautiful, picturesque little park. Like,
Yeah, I saw.
I've enjoyed just exploring this, even for the couple of days we've been here. But we're back in. Enough waffle.
Oh, I just realized
Everything going on. We don't
the
wanna get too
volume's
excited.
probably a
We've
bit
still
low
got
for you
Valorant
guys,
to be
ain't it?
played and 7 more maps, individual matches.
Yep.
Is that probably a little bit better there?
Here we go. It's been a great start for C9, breaking back, and now, as said, finances not in a great position. We are looking at Kayada for this round.
Whoops. Well, wish we weren't looking at Euron for that snake bite, but you know, it's okay. We'll pretend we didn't see it. He's got an opportunity in the corner, but with a pistol. Okay, never mind. I shouldn't have doubted him. A quick double, Laz and Sugar Zero follow suit, and again it's on the Curry. A 1v5, some weapons even recovered. Euron has got a Viper's Pit. He might not want to use it here, but if anything goes awry, if a couple players are picked off, he can just put down the Viper's Pit, use up his, he's already used his snake bite, of course we saw that towards Garage. It's a little shaky, but lock down the spike. There's no way back in for Curry here. He's locked out of this round, short of the performance of his life.
Yeah, it's just absurd. Also, by the way, the Blade Storm I don't think got a single kill in that. That was multiple Sheriff kills and a Classic kill. So the one really dangerous thing was the only player to die and got headshotted while updrafting.
30 seconds left.
Curry doesn't have a lot he can really do here, but they had the finances to buy in the next round anyway. So.
Oh, and Moon, we're going to be
Maxwell's trying to
streaming
do a little bit of
on
damage.
TikTok here
Letting
soon
them
as well.
save all of these weapons would be huge, but there you go. Thrifty round 1.
I should be getting everything
Big
set
stuff
up this
coming out of
weekend.
ZETA.
You know,
If not tomorrow.
1v2s like that, it was technically a 1v2
For
fight
watch
with
parties,
that
let's
Sheriff.
fucking go.
Typically, Prius has had trouble in the past,
But
I'm going to excuse him because
Okay.
if he had anticipated that, I would start to think he's like Doctor Strange.
You know he didn't observe that.
I think he did.
Lit, right?
You know, we have a rule where whenever something like that happens, we just say Prius is observing.
Yeah, he loves it. He really does.
He enjoys it so much. There'll be 1BXs later. He'll have his chance to prove himself.
He's gonna beat you up. You know that, right?
He is. You know, I have a few gripes with Prius from the last couple days. I need to iron out.
Right. Okay.
We're on good terms, but we'll find an Irish pub. 3-3. ZETA they're looking fantastic, honestly. Matching pound for pound so far. Individuals have popped off, not just one or two. It's been across the board. I like the setup here. Alarm bot down on short. Nano as well, that's kept them back. It divides the attackers. Oxy's already fallen, and they don't have that two-pronged approach to try and trade him out. It slowed them, and it's left them to try and use something like a lockdown to regain that space. What is the idea here, though? Are they going to push back on ZETA? They want to deny that lockdown. There's players caught, stunned up close. Hero run, not good for the kills, though.
They didn't all get out.
All right.
No. Sugar Zero stunned. The operator coming around to try and defend him, and actually,
nice.
The Cosmic Divide has helped out. The thing is, though, that trade actually helped C9. Just giving up the site would have been a better advantage for ZETA. Obviously, I don't mind them attempting something off the back of the Reckoning. But now it might be theirs.
They're not watching this.
Uran come round from behind. This kill should be for free, but the timing's a little bit off against him. Gets rid of
I thought he
Jin.
was going to...
Vanity hiding in the back. Oh, well, it's actually Sugar Zero to
Hold
get
on.
the kill. Curry, though, looking to hold on. into this 1v1 scenario. Spots his opponent, isn't actually on the spike.
Ain't no way Curry does this, right?
And Sugar Zero starting to run out of time. He needs Curry to make a mistake, and even just looks to stick it to half. Bullets not quite being connected, but even still, that clock is ticking. Curry melting him down. But I think Sugar Zero might just have it. It's going to be close, but he will get it over the line.
What an incredible round for ZETA. I love the idea. Look, pushing into the lockdown, I don't mind it. When you have that ultimate to use, when you see it's connecting the stuns.
That's insane.
That was just a great response from C9, showing their individual ability. Again, that Killjoy utility from the defenders of ZETA initially slowed down the push. It cut up what C9 were trying to do. They had to go to a second game plan. And overall, this was just clean start to finish. Curry, though, almost had his 4K clutch. He's had a few opportunities, if you even want to call them that, but this one was very nearly realized.
Damn.
Now things get a
Curry's
little more
cooking.
interesting for C9. Financially,
just camp a little bit short there.
Blade's still available for Oxy if he wants to try and invest it into this round, and looking like they might put a few extra weapons on the table. For ZETA, though, has been a great breakback, and that's the fact of the matter. They've been able to do a lot with their low buy rounds. In fact, I think those have been the better rounds for them thus far. Just been able to get things done with the pistols. Clearly, a lot of talented youngsters with those sheriffs. C9, they're going to take themselves a tactical pause. As said, they started this game strong, but a few blips, maybe a few nerves out on the stage in Tokyo. Enemy's going to have words.
You know, the thing is, though, if you look at a lot of these rounds that ZETA are winning, like even the fact that they had Uran coming up through short, and they make the call perfectly timed to not only start making noise in spawn.
Okay, I thought Oxy was a Challengers team guy, but he was from G2 last year.
So that these players aren't able to take that fight, and the point of contact is still Uran for anybody that's further back in the site. That was gorgeous play, and I think you have to commend ZETA for what they're putting out already. A tactical pause out of C9, and the key thing being that this is on Haven, somewhere that historically ZETA didn't do too well. Again, you're rebuilding, you're re-looking at everything, but coming in with this composition as well, it certainly had our eyebrows raised, but we're starting to realize that it looks like ZETA have done their time. They've done their homework when it comes to
So you got Bandy back, you got Curry back. This Cloud9 roster.
That defensive side can be a little bit more difficult, just not having those same proper structures.
I wonder if Curry's like just back for the
be the best in terms of rotations and
off-season. I don't think this isn't like an actual.
Someone like Laz
You don't get anything from this, right?
Them, okay, you need to do this.
I shouldn't say don't get anything from this. There's obviously prideful stuff, but
rounds to start with over on that defensive side. As said though, Oxy, Blade Storm in hand. Curry's got himself a Guardian, and they've already shown that they can thrive with the Stingers.
I'm going to crack open a can of Red Bull, Tom. This could be a long one. I talked about favorites when we looked at the schedule earlier, but C9, they're not playing like it right now. It looks like a pretty even matchup. Oxy wants to take matters into his own hands. What a shot! And now the advantage for C9, thinned out slightly with Curry falling, but they're happy to have that B side. They want to push in further, though. More aggression out of the side of C9 as Oxy really realizes his full potential. 2 players left and an ace potentially on the board for this man. He's certainly got the point of contact for some of these fights, and the op in hand now, as well as the Blade Storm back up. The shot missed, the Blade Storm returns, and it was so close. Uran, this clutch
almost got the ace,
and it's not delivered.
I'm almost dying if Zeppa should just.
Bro, if he would have hit that op shot,
seems to be on point.
Oh my god.
And honestly, we might be here in Japan, but Oxy, I think he just imitated a Korean jet. Like that was truly ridiculous, just dashing around. That second shot, I'm honestly, it almost looked like the guy was behind a wall, but we're not playing that FPS.
Yeah, that was unreal, man. I mean, the one tap on him as well. It was just so perfect. 4-4 now. And C9, you know, it was a thrifty round, but off the back of a Blade Storm mostly, and then recovered weapons start to play a role. Even though it was a stinger to close out the round, the damage was very much done at that point.
Yo, chat, is the commentary at a good level, or does that need to come up a little bit?
All of his kills in the pistol.
Yes,
that's a bit worrying. Obviously, he's someone as well that, as said, we expect him to be standing in for this event for Depp. We know that Depp, he's had his ups and downs, but
I feel like if I go,
Depp was playing fantastically well. Like,
right
in fact,
there,
one of the games getting the kill record, so
it's not too high, right?
He's definitely a big piece to be missing in this.
But y'all can still hear it well.
And for Kaida, it's a lot of pressure because for everybody else on the team, you're talking about people who are signed for next year. They are going to be playing next year. Sugar Zero.
Also, chat, I don't know if you guys are familiar with
the fact is
Swiss brackets, but that's what they're doing for group stages here. I love Swiss. It's something they do over in Rocket League.
For getting opportunities to play for the main ZETA team, maybe it's even enticing a couple of the other teams.
Swiss
here,
is
like, up against
essentially
or
triple elimination.
Do you want to loan me out? Because you don't want to leave ZETA, for obvious reasons. I don't think anybody wants to leave ZETA, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see if he can step up to the plate, because that first round, I think he showed us there's skill there.
For sure.
But he's just been very quiet since.
Yeah, that's the thing. And as time goes on, you have to remember, and we've all had those ranked games, the pistol goes great, and then you finish with the same amount of kills in that half. It really starts to...
Although I think technically the back end of Swiss...
that was
is what starts playoffs.
Absolutely no.
Is that right?
I feel
just there was no need though, Tom.
And I've interviewed him, so I can smack talk him as much as I like.
Well, we'll ask him about that later. I'll click. Can we click this for later? Let's bring this up in an interview. But yeah, the thing is, it starts to get really tough because as time goes on, your confidence really starts to take a beat down, and I think for this squad. You know, especially for someone like Kaida, you want that confidence to be high in front of the crowd, and it only compounds on a LAN, in front of a crowd, in front of a home crowd, and so on. And you can see that C9 are very much trying to make some noise and see what the reaction is from ZETA. This is a real litmus test.
So it's semi-Swiss.
Put into work from C9.
Not
and ZETA
really.
aren't giving them anything, really. It's the C long push, but that's not going to be spotted for quite a while. It looks like they'll reset into an A push. Unfortunate for Kaida with a judge, but an opportunity for Hero Ron to show us some of this skill again. He was fantastic in some of the previous rounds. Now the challenge
all
is most certainly
them
coming
are
his
best
way.
of
You
ones
can see
as
those
well.
attackers barreling down A long.
Yeah, he might be on the sky, but he's used to playing the Sentinel solo on the site, but so much util put in his face. Sugar Zero, though, has given him an angle to hide behind, and then drops down from above! A second shot straight through the smoke, and they're trying to aggress, though. Uran goes down to utility. Again, C9 managed to turn this back. And, okay, it might not be the judge. He's done it with a classic.
Yeah,
gotta at least try and get the play in here real quick once you get done. Lockdown comes in.
He's just tapping heads with the classic. Fair enough. Lockdown going to be used. They'll regain a lot of space, and it's very predictable where these players are going to go. At least you'd imagine. Looks like Zeppa's going the long way around, and he's... Well,
yeah, he's just being
Zeppa's going to get detained.
Yeah. So it's now only one player to worry about. The stun coming out from Vanity. He's going to try to catch them, and yeah.
Hold on. Let him cook.
Connected. He's very much on the board with a Rolling Thunder. He can save the round single-handedly. It looked like it could have been a little bit scary, but in the end, I don't think there's too much of a threat to be played. The time starting to run very, very low. Zeppa's back in the round with rifle in hand, and he's even got a flash. He can run this way down. There's no chance for Laz to win. Maybe he can survive. Got to run fast.
I don't think he gets out of that radius in time, right?
I actually wonder if there was maybe a little bit of miscommunication there, because one player's detained, and then you actually see the Laz taps the spike, and then they see where the stun comes from. So that's where I think he should just be sticking it to half. Rely on his teammate to at least do some of the work, then he has a bit more time on the board. So maybe a little bit off. Again, this is a brand new team. We expect there to be a few synergy issues. But this seems to be the issue at the moment for ZETA. Like a lot of the
where did ZETA get
finding these openers.
Did they get?
Like,
they kind of like combined a couple different rosters, right?
Heaven, gets a kill and then kills a second guy through the smoke, and then instantly Cloud9 get a response. Great utility placement. Half of Vanity's kills now come from an aftershock.
That is accurate. Yeah, well, to be fair, very important aftershock kill, Tom.
Yes, true.
Wouldn't have won the round without it, so.
They've got Sheriffs, Mitch. Are you more or less confident in ZETA?
Less with the Sheriff.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, I know we've seen some collat kills, but I think that
they've won 2 rounds.
You've already run out of steam in that.
No, this team's been
almost won a third. I'm more.
I guess you're on in.
Well, I think the main thing about it is they're stacking.
So
up
there's Sky and their Viper.
Had early rotations on C, for example, when we saw that beautiful double kill come in from Uran. But the reality is, right now the stack is on A, and it looks like C9, although they're being patient, have eyes on the C side, or at least they're trying to drag rotations. Uran, great opening shot. Ooh. But Vanity,
there he is.
Now a quarter of his kills have been that aftershock.
Holy.
Even a stun put down. So they are moving towards the stack, but they're dealing with it very well so far. Just have to see if Kaida can get anything, but they're again expecting him to be around this area. And he's got him. What is going on have with these pistols. Vanity has to do most of the work, if not all. Already 4 kills under his belt.
Vanity
Laz
gets
up
it.
close, will catch him out.
Oh!
I was wrong to doubt them with the pistols in hand. ZETA are a menace.
Say that
Wow.
one more time. What do you say?
The roller coaster of a round right there, bro. Holy cow.
Oh my god. Laz on the stage getting a clutch. Doesn't get much better than that for the ZETA fans. But again, Uran mentioned him as like, again, another one of these academy players has come up. We don't have much on. His Sheriff is filthy. He's just styling with it.
That was a mid pick as well, right? He just swung out B.
Man.
That's the kind of move your ranked teammate makes, and then you're molding at him like, why
sat
wouldn't
there
we
going,
play numbers?
You're playing Viper. Why are you sitting him in with a Sheriff?
We need your util. But no, they don't. They need his Sheriff, man. And I don't know why they've gone for rifles. They need to abandon the fully automatic. Maybe they just go for 1-taps from here on out.
Guardians.
Guardians
Get
only.
Guardians.
Scream is foaming right now at the mouth, hearing that the Guardian
If
men
you
is
say
back for
Rain,
ZETA.
he's like, oh.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. They're jet.
Nice angle. Kaya did not expect it up close. He's flashed, he's dashed, and now he's still here. Laz supporting.
Oh,
and they've
my
got 'em all.
goodness.
4 kills, leaving just Curry and no chance for success. ZETA have the lead back in their hands just as we get to the end of the half.
Go
1 round
7-5
to
half
play
there.
for, and a great defense already.
This is such a weird game. Like, I genuinely,
crazy.
like, in my head, C9 are winning. Like, if you get what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
by the way that they're playing, their executions have definitely been better. A lot of the time, you're seeing that synergy looks better from them as well. They've had some explosive rounds, and then they just lose to Sheriffs. Also, I would say their C-site pushes, they've been blitzed most of the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Been having
I
to
would
try
say
and like
just
hold those
avoid
back
that part
after
of the
my
map.
back a couple weeks ago,
Well, a
chat.
different approach from ZETA, though. They're lighter on C, leaving B open, just
All
with
right.
the turret watching the cross.
Last round for
Playing
Cloud9
for
on
a long
offense.
aggression to begin. They didn't see anybody with the flashes up there early, and so you're going to see this
Guardian on,
repositioning now. They're confident to leave a solo
Vanity
player on A.
and
Holding
Zeppa.
that down will be Laz. And his responsibility is to play that rotation in the late round or a retake of A and use the lockdown. Remember, it's the last round, so you want to put everything on the line here. Use your ultimates. And with a lockdown on each team, they'll almost cancel each other out. If the positions are right, that's so unfortunate. And the risk of spamming through a smoke with a Vandal.
All right, so the
Definitely
Seekers
has
go in.
risks and, well, they're punished for it. Again, falling back, taking their time.
Laz
C9,
probably
they
hears
can
this
push
though and calls
forward.
this, right? Yeah, you can see everyone
Man,
starting to
really
rotate
here,
over.
use the lockdown.
Good call on the
Realizing he doesn't have
lockdown
a
here
lot
to
of
be able to
support,
try and
so
buy
just
some
try and buy
time.
as much time as possible, but they're
Now they got a
pushing
full
this,
set on this
trying
point.
to get rid of it.
Nice!
But they've walked
Damn.
into Laz instead. 2 kills already, but again, the trades come back through. Sugar Zero gone. Laz still sat at the back of this
They're
site.
able to
They
get the
got rid of
lockdown in, but
the
now
move,
they're,
so
like,
that's
fully
not gonna be a
invested.
problem, at least
Now they're gonna
for the
return their own.
attackers.
Ooh.
And finally, they managed to deal with Laz, but
Uran.
he took 3.
He ran past the alarm, but they were just out of range. They think they're back secure.
Oh,
they thought they'd have a few
wow.
more seconds, but no. And with the lockdown destroyed, this is a huge problem. Jake has to just plant this, has to go for it.
Jake has
10
nowhere-
seconds left, and they can
has
peek
no
it
way to
one
know
by
which way
one.
is
There's
safe.
the flash, the attempted plant again, and now they just need
Yep.
to swing it. There's no chance to pull
Nice.
that across the line. 7-5, the advantage in ZETA's court as we end the first half.
I'm really impressed with Uran. Really, really impressed. As I said, this is the player coming from the academy, a young superstar of the future.
Where's
But
the
that's
other
thing,
game
we're
getting
thinking of
played?
the
Does anyone
future.
know?
Like, it almost looked like this project from ZETA was like, okay, let's get them playing with the main team, see if we can build something, maybe over the next couple of years.
Yep.
Sort of like what Heretics is doing. They've got a lot of young stars that they have to mold. This guy, like,
Oh,
the
they're
thing is,
playing
he
them all on
takes
the
that one
main
kill along,
stage. Oh.
instantly falls back,
Yep.
repositions completely. Like, that's something
Ah.
you expect more experienced players to do.
For sure.
Players who've been around a while, not someone who's probably first time on a stage in front of a few thousand Japanese fans.
And you know, the really interesting part about it is we've seen a couple of rounds, more than 2 for sure. I think I can remember 3 rounds where Uran is coming behind the opponents.
Yeah.
What I can't remember is a round where he got overzealous, tried to go behind them and got caught. He has a really good read on when to take that space and
Yep.
when to play the safer rotations
discipline.
and support his teammates. So that discipline isn't often seen from a player as young and as new to this caliber of play as him.
But that's the thing. I think, obviously, it's not to just harp on another player on the team, but you look at the difference between him and Kaede, and there's a clear difference. Like, he's so just taking mass risks. He is also on Jet, so you kind of expect that a little bit more. But it is great to see. And as I said, this is a very early litmus test for this ZETA roster. Like, you've looked at a lot of the other Pacific teams making big
I feel like that might be just a tad. Well, I guess
Yeah,
this is where they bring the music in, though. We usually used to turn that down there anyways.
The fact that some of the players
It looks like volume is probably pretty good,
is
though.
a great sign, of course. Now they're going to that attack side. We've mentioned it in terms of the leadership. Laz in the past has been a leader.
I think
in and
this
outside of the game
paycheck
for
I
this
might get
team.
monitors.
But this will
Ear
definitely
monitors.
be interesting to see how it's going to work on the attack, because let's be real, there's no slouches on the other side. Curry is standing currently top of the board for the team. A little bit quieter out of the likes of Jake, and even Zeppa. Like, I know Zeppa's 9 and 9. I expect Zeppa to be dropping like 20 kills.
I think
Like,
monitors
that's
will
where
make
this
my
guy
green
sits
screen
for
look
me, so,
smoother.
I'm interested to see if he'll be able to step up.
When I
Just
use it
look
for
at
casting
where
and
the
stuff.
defenders are. They're about to push mid. Oh, hello.
All right, pistols rounds.
Oh,
Huge round of Zeta can take it.
But this isn't
Guys,
really the
they are
round.
mid.
That's not the round where wallbangs play a big
How do you
role.
say mid in Japanese?
They're gonna
Don't
full
know.
send here on A.
I tried to dig deep.
Guiding Light tries to find something. Oh, Kaede gets the
Pistol
2.
God.
Euron gets the 3rd.
Something special. The magic formula for this man is he's already done well to find 2. There's a 3rd.
Kaede.
Triple kills in
Oh.
each pistol.
Oh, I thought he got the 4th.
Something to boost your confidence. Let's see if he can keep it going as this map continues. ZETA.
Oh, they're just
extends their
laughing
lead,
over
now
there.
3 rounds ahead of C9.
Maybe that's what it is. Coach Carlisle, he's gone in there, hasn't had much time
Where are these
with the
2 new
roster.
kids from for
He goes,
ZETA?
Kaede, your job, win the pistol.
I was like late to that because I was doing some other
I
stuff.
mean, look, if you've picked him up, we've heard of players being swapped in and out for different maps. Like, oh, he's our ascent guy, he's our buying guy, this is our pistol player.
Yeah,
Just need to figure out how to swap
60% of his
out round
kills are
2.
in the pistols.
So
That's it so far. There's still a
Theron
lot
was
of
on
lot of
FENNEL.
rounds to be played, or maybe not that many if ZETA
Who
keep
they could
this up.
potentially
C9
actually be playing against
gotta
at
be
some
sweating
point,
a
funny
little bit
enough.
Now, but look, the stack from C9, it's on C, and everybody from ZETA is moving towards this side of the map.
then Euron was
Fnatic
from
does well
their
to find it
academy.
first, but with the utility
Okay.
that came back at them, they realized there's probably a few more players there than they'd like. I like the attempt from Jake in this kind of round. Remember what Euron did in a round very similar. Swung out on B, grabbed the headshot. This time it just didn't work out for Jake. And they have heard that orb being taken. They know that Vanity pushed up. They'll clear out these close corners on slow peaks. And then,
And what's tough is you still got both the other 2 over on A all the way over.
if that player pushed
Which
up,
is
look, the
fine,
orb
I
is
mean-
nowhere to be seen. You know that C's wide open.
You're not taking this round.
Bear in mind, the numbers you're seeing at the top under each team's name is their seeding. Cloud9 came into this seed number 3. Obviously not a lot known about the majority of these teams, but coming off the back of a win at the 10 Invitational versus the likes of DRX, EDG, expectations were fairly high. A loss off the bat, well, guarantees they won't skip a day, that's for sure. But also, could put them into a nasty lower bracket match if there are upsets to be had. Obviously, they'd probably play against one of the lower seed teams. For now, though, into that retake they go. Utility to section things off. I've been liking things from Sugar Zero so far, playing that Harbor. I think he's been excellent.
Yeah.
We normally talk about his Astra as his main sort of agent, one of the ones he's enjoyed in the past, and his Shorty as well. Well, there you go. Kaede,
Just looking the
he's
wrong
starting
way.
to come
Tough, bro.
alive. I think he's already got more kills in this half than the last.
Back-to-back triples. It's certainly one way to start it. You know, I'd love to have Lothar here for his lab, right? Pulling out some of those breakdowns, because the Harbor play, the wall usage,
Kaede's
double
already
wall
2
usage as
away
well,
from
has been
the
really nice from ZETA. Reactively on the defensive side, there were a
Blade
bunch
Storm.
of opportunities for C9 to take space, and then they would just be robbed by a wall going down. They'd have to slow the game, rethink their plan. And we've seen that consistently throughout the first half. Here on the attack as well, it can be so irritating, holding down a lot of these angles.
Hey,
Like,
Moon,
look,
would you
if
say
got an
that
up there, typically you're going to catch
it's
them on the
fair
cross,
that,
but now
or
they
it'd
can
be
get
fair
right
to
up
say
next
that
you
like
using this
Harbor's
cascade as you see them slowly
not
make their way
quite
up A
meta,
long.
but relatively
Wallbang
meta,
attempts
right?
from Oxy again. Big fan of this. Some damage done, but nothing major. Looks like ZETA will be
Particular
bringing
maps
their
more
full
so.
force to the A side.
A lot of utility sat in their way. Curry will delay them for now, but the rotation not coming in for the defenders. They're not over pushing in this position. They've spotted that lurk from Laz as well, which actually, if anything, gives them information. They're likely going in the other direction. He's expected to be sat.
I was a
on the
fan of the
other side.
Harbor
They
from
now
day
look
one,
to
but I
push
like to see that
towards
he's getting
middle.
more love now.
Watching towards Garage, though.
I mean, I guess
Oxy
he
will
still
now be
used pretty
aware
heavy last year
Squad
too, though.
is actually faked. as they now go pushing back. The stun from Vanity, fantastic. And with 45 seconds left, ZETA have to rethink the round.
For a second, I thought Oxy did well in pushing that because he had a dash online, but he didn't. Very risky, but it's especially against these kind of weapons. But it's worked out.
Oh, look at Zeppa.
I like.
Yeah, I think that's a push out that like Zeta's not expecting, especially not.
There's no way they're going back. It's going to be late flanks.
At this position.
He's on C.
Curry, let him cook.
Is on the C site right now. The spike is going back. They've 20 seconds. They better run damn fast if they want to make it there. It might even be a
they're just going to go for B?
Site.
Yeah.
Just a little bit closer, a little bit more manageable, but Uran has to do a remarkable job of holding this down.
At least he got the stinger in hand.
And they've ran out of toxins.
They've seen him.
And Uran's dead. The plant has to be stuck. The stun in. They're putting. No, he's
The
round is lost now. You just have to do damage. That's all you could hope for.
We'll at least be able to.
It's funny, the crowd very much
alive a little
like
bit more in this second half, but yeah, I definitely think just really good
like Japanese wrestling crowds,
I say, like we've sort of
slower build up on the clap.
Like Vanity not being able to get the kills, but his stuns have been.
They don't have like the hoot and holler and rowdy like
just to cause players
during the round.
That's
very
why
respectful.
Really
you know what I mean?
Coming out of Oxy, because the second that plant was attempted, Vanity puts a stun through. They have to fall back, and so he goes pushing, hit the players while they're almost retreating. And they're doing great to just communicate through where that utility is being played. Of course, there's still rifles on the board now for ZETA, and they're going fast towards C.
Oh yeah, the pace is definitely being picked up by this squad. Dash in by Kaida. He's spotted up close, and they've got a beautiful crossfire. C9 gaining control of this round. It's Vanity with the double. Aftershock forces them out. They gotta move. Right into the crosshair of Vanity. His fourth kill again.
Please.
Some spectacular rounds.
Oh,
Zeppa. We will be robbed of the ace. Not to happen this time.
Who's going to get the first? That's the question.
Zeppa.
Actually moving himself right. He was 0-6 at one point, now 13-13.
That's filthy.
He heard you from down there.
You know, so like I'm just pushing him to be better. That's all it is.
You're a good coach.
Yeah.
Maybe Indy was shouting at him.
Yeah. He was
nice kills, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
Nice kills. You suck.
I'll sub in for the next match, yeah?
You know.
You reckon Indy could do it?
A UK CS legend. Weber managed to do it in the
Weber,
past.
guys, we have a lot of stellar
I don't think guys
coaches.
played UK CS.
No, I'm not quite sure about that one. I know he played Turkish regional Valorant, but our CS.
They're on a similar level as well, you know? You got Zantares and Smuya.
Yeah, fair comparison, is it? 1-1. The UK scenes, it's right up there with the Turkish.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Bemi does, he has a lot of experience. He has a lot of experience. He's really gone through the sort of ringer of esports to get to where he is now on a stage in Tokyo. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this roster goes with C9. I think they've got a good coach, good IGL. Like I think they've got young talent as well. So I think there's a lot of potential. I'm very sad that Whippy isn't here.
Yeah.
Because he is someone that, okay, we saw in Ascension, and for a while before we didn't see as much of. But he's someone that you go back to, like V1 and
V1, yeah.
like he's incredible. And I think it was mainly because of the chamber meta. Like he was someone who was a pure Sentinel player, not one of those dirty Sentinel players who played like, oh, I play Sentinel. You play chamber.
He's a duelist. It's not a Sentinel. I've heard that so many times. I still cannot fathom people actually calling it
guys, I'll play Sentinel. What are you playing? Chamber. And then that's where you click F4.
Yeah.
Oh, my game crashed. Oh, that's a shame.
Someone shouted at me for locking Cypher before because they're like, we've got a chamber, we don't need it. It's like, bro, it's Haven. What are you talking about? It's back in the day. It was like Killjoy dominates the Haven play now. We've seen it on both sides.
All right.
With a pistol in hand.
ZETA looking to push short here early.
All of his buddies, pistols. It's where they're dangerous.
Don't walk into Uran's crosshair.
They've got a flash, though, surely to... No, but they don't on Zeppa. He's already used his, but they've got a Tiger. Could use that to try and clear out this angle. But if they walk into it, if they check it with their eyes instead of the animals, it's certainly going to cause a problem. Uran, though, is going to be drop blade storm used, but not found any result with that.
Yo, Oxy's looking nice tonight.
He just used a Rolling Thunder. Yeah, he just used it to deny the plant completely. Sugar Zero's still here, but it's checked by Zeppa as well. Looking clean this time from the side of C9, not taking any chance. And you know what? I don't mind the Rolling Thunder when you've lost the rounds you've lost to these sort of pistols.
Yes.
Just wanting to try and create a concrete economy. Laz is going to manage one. I don't know how Hero Run has got here. Oh, it's half checked. Oh, it's always costly. Every single time someone on ZETA does damage with the pistols. And it was finally looking like they were going to have a dream start to this half, but it's damaged again.
Gonna go ahead and say that's why he used the Rolling Thunder, just to avoid some of those problems. You still let a guy get up close. If he snuck away with the rifle there, that's something else. You know, rounds like this are typically housekeeping, and well, it certainly started out that way. But in the
That's
end,
rough, bro.
Quite a blow dealt to the economy.
They've still got good money.
Yeah, but that's because of how the other rounds have gone so far, right?
Yeah.
What do we think, chat?
Coming in with an operator and still having
Cloud9 pulling this off?
Next round, probably still with an operator.
Bladestorm next round. Well, either he's going to save that
Oxy
off
with
for next, or he's going to die and have Bladestorm. So the money not even close to being a problem for the side of C9. It is a good sign, though, for ZETA still being able to do that damage on the attack side with pistols in hand. They have a lot more to do. 9 to 8, and the rifles have come out. But it's the operator that they need to be so cautious not to walk into. And so far, Oxy is not getting given any opportunities.
Trailblazer coming out and gonna find the
This is
jet.
something to mention again and again. Every single of this best of ones are actually really important. You win a single best of one, you've at least made it to the quarters. Even if you lose the next game, you don't go straight into the semis. It's great. You get to play tomorrow again in front of this crowd. For ZETA, that's probably all they're looking for. Like, get as far as you can, play as many times on this stage. Seekers are going to be expended. Zeppa, the first point of contact. There's 3 players there, though. I think ZETA realize.
The more I think about it, I'm not sure I'm a fan of this.
So it seems. Flash, though.
Setup.
Perfectly timed from Zeppa to
of
get
the
them
tournament.
an extra little bit of information. Jake going to be put under pressure, but it's all
like
rules
half
to
Swiss,
pull
but not
players away.
actually Swiss.
Still, though.
I
2
love
players away.
Swiss.
Yeah, but it's the op that they've.
But that would have
pulled off
required
of the
them
A
bringing
side. Problem is
16
it's
teams.
posted up
So
on
I
B
get
now,
it.
Rotating further to see. Okay, players are far away, but Curry standing strong. A quick double. Zeppa answering the call as well. And it looks like C9 have got this one wrapped up in a bow. Oxy with the op.
Hit him with it.
2 shots fired, but it sends him running into Jake. There's no chance for Uran. A 1 versus 5, barely any damage done, and a great answer from Cloud9. Now ZETA are on the back foot. The scoreline will be tied, but the economy will be struggling.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I said, like, ZETA, I feel like they really needed to build off getting that pistol, getting that second round. Since then, it's been 4 in a row from C9, bringing this one firmly back into their favor. Few ultimates coming online, though, soon for the ZETA side. Lockdown not far away, Reckoning online, but the same can be said for C9. Bladestorm, as you mentioned, a Death Roxy will bring that online.
All the rounds that they've been losing recently have all been pushing over towards A, haven't they?
Cosmic Divide, Seekers, everything getting close. See you later.
Yeah, not so scary with the pistol when you're up against an operator. It's always a game changer. Okay. See, they got support up close. It's all a bait. Oxy's trying to make them think they can push that operator, deal the damage, but in the end,
hold on.
This is support from Vanity, now given away by that utility thrown down, and they'll concede this space.
Let's say let him cook.
ZETA, not going to go near it. It would be foolish to take Garage at this point, but where can they go? With these pistols, it's going to be tough to find any space.
Yeah, Lass has bought a hero rifle into this round, so he's only going to have 550 credits. Leave him a little bit down in the dumps for the next, so he's still got his utility online, but starting to expend it. A plant will put him in an alright position for the next round, and they'll get that. Now the question is, can they do anything in the after plant? You've already got Bladestorm available. 1 kill for Curry would force them out of the sight. And do they use this record?
Able to break LOS a lot there with your Harbor, though. Might.
What was that?
No way.
He's found one. Sugar Zero's on. This is starting to look incredibly good.
No
Another
way.
double in this round. The hero run and Sugar Zero taking it across the line with Jake left to do it all. Quick kill onto the low HP player, but defusing in the open. No smokes to back him up anymore. It's time to run. Maybe the Cosmic Divide would have been used in another world, but it probably would have been a waste.
Hero run snap.
ZETA, I don't comprehend how they are so good when they come to thrifty rounds. Sure, you've got a hero rifle, but what did it do?
Well, I mean, part of it is because there's like their pistol rounds. They've won
Stop
both of
buying
them,
rifles.
right?
It's a simple solution.
Just get these young stars on your team.
Hold on, let me pull up
They're
VLR.
on, like, this was
Look
just
at
so clean.
Yeah.
Like, 2 players run through at the same time, and he's able to correct quick enough to pop both their heads. Him and Uran have just...
Oh no, they lost pistol round on.
Unbelievable with these pistols, and it's a round that ZETA desperately needed. Huge boost to the
No, yeah, they
economy,
won both pistols.
and it keeps them in the lead for now.
I just can't believe we keep seeing this happen. C9, I can't even flame them for what's happening here. ZETA are hitting some insane shots.
If they don't lose a round to pistols, they've probably won this like 13-5.
Yeah. It's ZETA, and you know, sometimes we see losses to pistols where it's like everybody splits up and takes 1vx fights and pushes
like
into
bang,
Garrett.
bang, both
Yeah,
your heads are gone.
it's like they peek together, they try to trade, but it's not possible. Unreal. 10 rounds on the board, double digits breached by ZETA, and they'll look to do even more, destroying utility or attempting to inside of Garage. Not finding a ton of it. Alarm bot out of play, but those nanos are on C. Zeppa's going to use this. No, he's not. You know, they're kind of dry on information, and as time goes on and these players start to fall back, that's
I mean,
where
they still have a
I do
full
expect
50
to see
seconds,
those
which is a
Seekers
lot of
used.
time for them to take
C9
this either
have
way.
Zero info. There you go.
I
All they
feel like
know
you
is
probably
there's no one
rotate this
close
still
to
probably
A.
more.
Seekers are gone out. That's
C,
got Oxy
right?
pushing. He wants to try and capitalize on this information, but
Maybe
there's an
through
alarm bot
garage?
waiting for him. No easy way past for now. There's the Tiger coming through. He's been spotted, but luckily had the dash to get out.
I think it's the time. It's starting to tick low, and you have to bear in mind the ults are in the favor.
Yeah,
of
so they're gonna
C9.
push through
A
garage
lockdown
here.
Could cause problems, but Jake's gone again. Curry still within position, holding on the best he can. They've managed to get
Golly,
rid of the
man,
players
3
in
of
the
them just swung
back
around the
lines,
corner
but
like,
the
what the fuck
has
do you
gone
do?
The way of ZETA. With seconds to spare, they'll be able to get things in, and they have a lockdown of their own. Oxy, if he's going to go, he has to move quick.
What?
He doesn't have a dash.
4 seconds?
There's no way out. There is no way out. He has to break the lockdown right now. It's not going to be possible. A mass risk, and it's not paid off.
No, that wasn't a good risk.
All right,
I think you
Zeppa.
can see it from the very start.
Ice in the veins, baby. Ice in the veins.
Spotted the second player, but Uran was there to save the day. A very important double kill. He got the first
that's
as
tough.
they entered the C site, and he got the last, tying the round up in a neat bow and putting 11-9 on the board. For ZETA, this is an unbelievable achievement already. I think looking miles better than they did way back in Champs. Slightly different roster, but to make this slightly different roster, slightly different approach to the game as well. I like this. You know, I thought that Laz and Sugar Zero would be having flashbacks when they saw Haven pop up, but evidently they're feeling good about their chances here these days.
Oh, the new blood coming in.
It's crazy. I was thinking I was liking the way that Cloud9 looks, but man, this ZETA team
I
looked
don't think I've
good.
ever seen anyone grin as
And
much
I feel like
as
Pacific's going to be pretty free this
But
year.
hey, you're 18 years old. You just
Like,
joined ZETA.
Pacific's gonna be
I guess that's a reason
free.
to be happy.
Yeah, it's a reason to put a smile on your face, and now with, you know, a lead and a potential map under their belt, I think we'd see him smile.
Which
a hell
just
of a lot
might be
more
good enough
if
for
they
Ye
win
to
this
actually
one.
look good this year.
Guaranteeing themselves a spot tomorrow as
Yeah,
well
minimum.
in front of the crowd.
Got him.
A BO3.
See if that
be
pulls
absolutely
Moon out.
massive.
Yeah.
Historic
I will say,
moment
though,
for ZETA.
that based on their seeding being relatively low,
Yes.
if they do win this,
Yes.
I think they'll probably play
Yes.
Fnatic.
Yes.
So we'll see if ZETA or the Fnatic Japan guys will be a little bit more popular. Unless, you know, maybe FENNEL get an upset too.
That's still just their next BO1, though, right? They'd
Yeah,
still have their
they'd
BO3s
still-
further
yeah,
on.
they'd still
and
make it through guaranteed to tomorrow
Yeah.
in the quarterfinals, where, as you said, best of threes. Normally that's where you'd say the best team wins. But either way, Cloud9, it's been a very back and forth game. This definitely isn't done by any stretch of the imagination. The second one of these teams looks to take control. Another comes back, Reckoning goes in. Uran
I mean,
on
it's
the
definitely
entry.
this round
A
if you're going
great
to make a
start,
comeback.
and while Oxy
ZETA
can't
start
moving,
with the first 2
they've
picks.
been doing
That's
these
tough.
late round executions.
Now they're
20
all going to have to
seconds on
push
the
from
clock,
backside.
as they will get that plant in. There is a lockdown available, but do C9 want to use it?
I don't think it's the right call. 3 versus 5. Even if you do push them off the A site, you better find picks as they make their way out. And they're not finding picks without punish on the other side. Kaida with a triple yet again. He had some quieter rounds after the initial pistol, but he's very much found himself online. It's okay, Laz, we didn't see it. 29 HP left on Jake. He's got another 1v2. making his way in. Is he going to go for this? Sticking it inside his smoke. That's probably his only play, but one bullet and he's down. He's pushed and tried to take on Hero Run, but, well, another big smile on his face as he wins another round for his squad. 12-9, map point. And they've got 3 chances to close this out. I'll tell you what, Tom, the big deal is if C9 win one round, put it 12-10, ZETA might go down to pistols. So they've got the work cut out for them.
Hey, I'm looking at Sugar Zero with 5,000 credits. It might take a little bit more than that, but
I would say that even if they go down to pistols, I think that's like, again, that's why their thrifties are so good. Is because they're
that's the thing, though. The players who would have them would probably be Uran and Hero Ron, who are the exact players who go with the Sheriff. So, I don't know. Pressure building for Cloud9. As said, like, they come off the back of a decent tournament. Whippy not being here is definitely disappointing, but Curry, he's a top fragger in the whole server. He's the super sub. Nuts. He's been playing well, so I do think going into this round, as said, it's not done until it's done. We've seen swingbacks already throughout this. They won 4 in a row earlier. Can they do it again?
We haven't seen Uran get to show off his Viper's Pit yet. He used it on C-Long on the defense, but they didn't push into him. They avoided him naturally. This time, though, that ult is so much more useful. You get a site, you take space, and then you lock it down. Going to be very tough for C9 if they do lose some of those opening
All right,
fights.
so let's just go ahead and start looking at our next matchup then, because this is over.
Yeah.
FUT versus 100 Thieves.
We do have ourselves another tactical timeout. A chance for Imi to see what he can do. See if he can breathe some life into this team. As said, they won't be dead and buried, and chances are, as said, C9, high seed, going into that lower match.
FUT's got CNED on their roster this year.
Very much expected to beat, but they're also in a game of a team that they were expected to beat.
That's the difference, right?
And 100 Thieves got you from M80, right? That was just announced today.
You've got one of, if not the best team in the world. This is certainly somewhere that
teams above them are Fnatic and DRX.
Yeah.
So
you know, you're
below them.
You're in a exactly. You're in a very prestigious position. And if you were to redo that seeding after this matchup, I think ZETA get a whole lot higher up.
Yeah.
They're looking unreal to start. And this attack side slowed down. They're not going to be going for C. Instead, changing direction and hoping to draw rotations with that early push.
What, you think C9 is going to win?
You have to bear in mind, it's almost like a game of chicken. With Curry having a lockdown,
not
even
a
deny
chance.
him using it just because he wants to try and stop that Viper's Pit later. But it's crunch time now. So chances are, you need to try and find some decent entries so that you can have an advantage in that afterplan for when the lockdown is played.
Although that would be some shit that C9 does for real.
For that early information, but nothing really found. ZETA have been happy to play very, very far back and slowly make their move. They're doing it again. Curry is the only player in position. But of course, with that lockdown, he can't take a risk. He can't aggressively move in. And in fact, he's going to play
lockdown comes in, it's going to buy him some space. They get to play it first?
Yeah. Get out of there, I say that. Kaeda's just gone down trying to make an aggressive play.
Oh, Pit's
and then they're just going to use the
looks
pit.
Like there's a safe space to hide inside of. Down there on long, never mind.
Safe.
Uran's being caught.
Damn.
Oxy now
That's
playing
a good
inside of smoke.
flank by Ox.
A few more angles, but Sugar Zero punishes. Defuse on the way, half already. They've got to push through. Laz makes it in. He spotted their defusing, but they can't deny. Time has run out as C9 just stick it under.
But they get to save 3 rifles.
That was a messy round. One where
and they already had a lot in the bank.
In terms of ultis,
I think that guarantees them that they can get rifles at least until overtime, right?
Like everything now basically wiped off the table in terms of ults, especially for ZETA. So yeah, you've got the Blade Storm. That can be something that plays a part. But the rest of the ults probably won't come online unless you're going to see like Laz get 4 kills and still lose and pick up an orb.
I guess you can say the same for Cloud9 though.
Yeah, the final round of regulation, but he is still very, very far away. They've made that ultimate more expensive, so he's looking at 9 orbs now. Kaeda though, he is going to have himself that Blade Storm. Not been the most impactful ult for him thus far. Normally he has it and then the pistols do all the work. There's no pistols to be had this time around. In fact, ZETA have the finances for purchases even if they lose this next one.
A colossal victory.
I feel like most of our action's been on A on both sides, yeah?
Yeah, tough round to do it in.
Sometimes like the late rotating to B. As a part of that's just obviously the longer.
They've got no ultimates to bounce them back, bring them back into some of these rounds. Zeppa.
Entry over on that left side.
Spotted. They're using utility. They're trying to bait him out. They'll get a flash out of him, but
they're faking that they're isolating him.
The Tiger's seen it open. That's all the info now. C9 know that this is not a play towards the A site. Maybe even an early flank. I thought
Vanity was going to push you up into garage.
Dividends. Oxy picking up the first, swinging out wide on long, but it's smoked. Players now making it out of garage. The spacing good, but
I wonder what Oxy's first kill rate is.
Down to a snake bite. Uran has to try and recover, but he'll be spotted.
He's been getting some big first picks for them.
C9 have done well. They've made it all the way to round 24, and they need to win it to push us to an overtime.
Jake's definitely been one of the quieter performance on C9, but that was a great hold from him. Ring around the rosy, constant reposition to make it more difficult for them to find him. That's a pretty nice shot from Oxy as well, but just a solid hold. And that's one of the things I feel like C9 have done well. It's just hunting for that information, quickly rotating, and then just having a lot of good utility out of the likes of Vanity, especially.
Oh, you know what I realized?
Stuns once more, just causing issues. And Odin's been purchased up for that early
Vanity, I love you. I love you, Vanity.
Just as we see with Mitch's Odin, 0 damage.
There's no need for that, Tom. That's emphatically not true. Usually do at least 20. Vanity's got unlucky. Screw you. Screw you, man.
Oh, a little game of chicken. Now, I will say, when Uran's been holding these angles, he doesn't move. Oh, he moved.
He moved, yeah. You're a liar. It's all right. We know it.
He's back
Fucking caster's curse, bro.
Waiting to pop this flash. It's going to come out of him soon with noise being made on A long. He's really biding his time. And, you know, that angle's not being watched by anything other than the turret. He's got a lot of faith in it. Other flash just came back online. I expected to see it burned up by now. We're waiting for contact. There's the flash now. No
Guiding light by room.
Comes in.
One.
Duran is down, but the trade is good. Sugar Zero must have avoided that stun perfectly. And now the rotations are coming in, Tom. They're moving towards the A site on C9, but ZETA have other ideas. That idea is to walk into Oxy, someone that's been delivering round after round. The pressure now for him as he stands in the way of their victory.
Are they going to really take this all the way back to A?
To lurk up close. Kaida got such a good position now.
Oxy's going to get the...
being heard elsewhere. I thought maybe they would be a little careless, but no. Good shutdown.
Will they even know that Heroron's got this far? 15 seconds left. They have to go and retrieve the spike. Vanity just looking to try and delay. They need to get this plant into position. They're throwing nanos just to try and delay them stun through, but Laz has managed to dodge the utility aftershock to force him out of position. Laz fighting tooth and nail, but they didn't know Heroron was there. Laz has found another. It comes down
that's over.
to Jake in a 1v2, and ZETA are going to close it. They guarantee themselves a spot in the corners tomorrow and a brand new roster. Multiple youth players coming in. Has just toppled
Wait,
C9
multiple youth players? I thought they just had the one
incredible display from the team with the home field
academy team.
Fan favorites, and they have delivered here in front of the Japanese crowd. They are going crazy for this squad. The new hope of Japan, it would seem. And whoever they face next, be it Fnatic, be it DRX, it doesn't matter. That team will be doing
I guess absolute Jupiter, right?
Tough matchup
for Laz.
To beat.
What a phenomenal dream of a start for ZETA. Different roster, different results. They are showing up big time for their home fans, the home support here. You
Am I missing something?
It was
it's just the one academy player, then FENNEL.
Tom,
right?
Talk about showing up when it matters, because pressure was high for many members of this young roster. They didn't just deliver, they over-delivered.
Honestly, Ian, that script you wrote at the beginning of the day, it's going perfecly. But ZETA winning the game #1.
That's
me and Mitch, 100% predictions. That's never happened before. I thought they were screwed the second we.
Looks like they've already got people sitting up in the top, yeah.
Those young guns coming out. Uran.
I feel like if this were stateside,
I've never seen anything from this.
Day one would probably only be just floor seeding.
You can go through.
It looks like there's a decent amount of people. No, maybe not so much on that side.
Heroron, someone we know a little bit more about. He was also playing fantastically well. This didn't look like a team that what they announced 2 days ago. 2 days.
Crazy. And the thing is, Heroron, right? Tom, you should take a leaf out of his book. Try smiling a little bit. What do you think?
You're asking a bit much of me, I'm going to be honest.
C9 did look terrible, though.
It was a perfect way to start things off here, Mitch, because it was a real back-and-forth affair. And if you're a home fan,
I think for as good as ZETA looked.
Oh, absolutely. Realistically, coming into this tournament, expectations were low. We thought they would put up a show. They'd have a couple of good rounds here and there. But against a squad like C9, third seed,
Mitch jobbing some weight, looking solid.
Gracing the stage. it didn't seem like we were going to get that much of a close matchup, and what an unbelievable, mind-blowing performance from them here. It was 13-11, but there were opportunities where I think C9 could have taken this across the line.
Yeah.
I mean, you win one, like one, yeah. You win a pistol.
And C9 have it, but they had those individuals step up right when they needed them, and what a fantastic sign that is for such a newly built roster.
Another fantastic sign is, we talk about the youth and inexperience, and we've said how back and forth that was. It takes a lot of maturity to clutch out an encounter like that, where it is so close, right?
Oh yeah,
Cloud9 wrap up their roster.
Especially, like as I said, I don't think expectations right now for ZETA will be that high because they're so new. But when you're one of those younger players and you go, okay,
Zepp and Jake only signed about a month ago.
Yeah. It's just like when you come here, you're like, oh, I've been away from Valorant a little while. I'm going to bring my fancy jacket. I'm going to look as suave as I can just so that people go, oh, Ian's looking kind of good. That's what they wanted to do on the stage. They were like, I want to make an impression. I want the Japanese fans to remember my name when they leave this stadium. Well, they're going to get to see them again guaranteed. They're coming in at a minimum.
I think Cloud9 will be one of those teams that like later on in the season.
Top 4.
They've booked their spot. I mean, a big part of when you're an underdog,
maybe not even later on in the season. I mean, we still got a bit of time yet, right?
You're there for the second dance, right?
Yeah. Oh,
they'll definitely
yeah.
get like
realistically, it's
get better with time.
Sword. Like I've said, you start the game out.
Some solid players from the T2 scene all kind of coming together.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Hero Ron's going to be smiling for weeks to come, and that's only after the first game. The reality is, for this,
the problem for Cloud9 is Pacific won't be nearly as free, or Cloud9 is that NA won't be free like Pacific.
They were going to deliver an astounding performance, make the region proud, or they were going to go out of here with their heads low and think, okay, now we're fighting for tournament life in the next game. But that's not the case. It's gone.
At least for the rest of the day. Like that's got to be a wonderful feeling for these players. And for C9, it's the opposite. Okay, sure, I know a lot of teams are going, this is a chance to, like DRX, test out a couple of youngsters, or this is a chance to see what we can learn over the off-season. For the Japanese teams, it's not the case. Like, genuinely, you come in here, like especially for ZETA, who like they wanted to be playing in Tokyo at Masters, didn't manage to do it. Now they get to play in front of their home crowd. They're going to want to do that every single day. They want to get all the way to that grand final if they can, so they get to play as much Valorant in front of the crowd. For C9 as well, yeah, it's a testing period, but at the same time, you don't want to come in versus ZETA.
It's still crazy to think, what is this sitting at? 6,500 viewers.
You lose, go out of this tournament in dead last.
For an off-season VCT event.
The fans, they're going to be asking questions going, oh, C9's dead, they made wrong decisions. Like, that's how they're going to be.
That's how everyone on Reddit sounds, right?
I can't believe that they didn't play this.
You stopped doing an imitation of me. Thank you.
But you're right, I guess... I was sounding more like Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here. I'm not.
I think after C9's performance at last year's event in Manchester, it would be so tremendously disappointing to go out so early if it came to that, right, Mitch?
It would be.
I mean, the good news for them is they're at a 2-round differential, so hopefully that helps them in.
So screw them. I think that realistically,
the lowers,
I would look at it as a massive opportunity, passing that crown to someone else, seeing a team
probably
like
playing against SCARZ or FENNEL.
Maybe some of the others. Who knows? Now I'm starting to think maybe FENNEL are going to be coming in here delivering that kind of performance.
Who knows?
Who knows? Anything can happen in a BO1. I'm also excited to see them in a BO3 later on today, or later on tomorrow. Sorry.
Anything can happen. Mitch, you're really selling this. Make sure you're sticking around for every single matchup. You don't want to miss a thing. I'm pretty sure the ZETA fans are probably going to buy some merch right now. That's for sure. But let's move on now to
I need to get some.
Versus me too.
Don't buy it all.
Me too. Go get me some too. FUT versus 100 Thieves, who are looking to defend their crown. Before we look into this one,
100 Thieves won.
Let's meet the guys who ripped it up in Istanbul.
Homegrown last year. That's right.
If one of you were to accidentally team flash, who would it most likely be? Which player is the biggest joker off screen? Who's most likely to sleep through an alarm?
He knows. He knows.
Who's the best cook in the team?
No one, I guess.
Who takes the longest?
Bro, we just use Uber Eats, dog. Oh, I guess I don't really know if Uber Eats is as big in Europe. Over in Turkey
I'm
specifically.
I'm always going to ask you guys a question that we ask the teams. Who takes the longest getting ready in the morning? Mitch or Tom?
I think it actually might be Tom. I don't know how long you spend, but I generally get up, shower, and get out.
That's because he gets up 5 minutes before call time. That's all the time he has to get to the shuttle.
Yep.
Oh man, production are listening right now. Don't do him like that. Okay, so this.
I always make the shuttle.
You do always
make the shuttle.
Roster, the Turkish side, of course, massively impressed you both in front of their home crowd in Istanbul. Can they do it here in Tokyo, Japan? Let's have a look if we can find them backstage right now. Yes, we can as they start to get ready. Are we going to be able to catch a glimpse of them? Yes, we are. The handsome
Stevie the doorman.
Thank you very much, Stevie, you absolute sexy boss. And you can see, what are you looking at? We can see
I'm looking at Stevie.
Our final bits of prep as we get geared up for this. But I don't know, I mean, come on.
Well, Guys is close enough that if he needs to sub in,
he's ready.
A few steps away. That's the thing. It must be really difficult if you're Mr. Fallen, you're kind of sat there going like, I've been playing really well this tournament. Your coach subs in 3-0's the grand final. I feel like he's going to be
Wait, so they're not all playing on the grand stage or the main stage?
I would have won that.
Yes.
But they're all on
you
stream.
See my record on live, 3-0 grand final. Hey, Mr. Fallen, you know why you're playing here? Me.
Question mark?
That's a good bit of cred to have as a coach, isn't it? Let's take...
Had a captain like that one.
Absolutely. When you look at these behind-the-scenes pictures, it is hard to believe that we're inside a... Loves a bit of Red Bull. Me too. It's hard to believe that we're in the inside of a historic sumo arena. That is where these guys are sitting right now. That's the job that we've done to pull this together to make it into a competitive environment. Let's take a look at 100 Thieves. Yep, the camera's still on you, brother. Here's 100 Thieves now. And this is a roster, of course, that are last year's champions. They're looking to do that back-to-back job.
That's
what everybody wants to do whenever you come back, right?
Zeta first.
And extend that reign. What are the chances? Because last year didn't pan out exactly as they expected, Tom. You'd expect when you get a big win at home ground 2022, it propels you into a phenomenal season. That wasn't the case. So, yes, of course, it's a chance to extend their reign, but they need to show some bounce-back ability here.
Yeah, for sure. I think the players they've signed, especially EU, someone who is playing in the Ascension and actually looked very good on M80. In fact, a lot of people it was between them and that org that we don't like, who were looking to try. We love the players, by the way, and just for note, there's a team who won it. We don't really like their org. So,
all right, chat. If y'all are watching over on Twitter, I'm gonna finish up the rest of this over on the YouTube. I just wanted to test this out, see how multi-stream was going. But I know it's like really weird hours right now for Twitter or for Twitch. So we're just gonna vibe over on YouTube.
Sentinels, and he's gone into 100 Thieves, and he's someone who fantastic in terms
catch
of
us up over there.
Supportive agents. He's going to bring
YouTube. We're still staying up and running, baby. Let's get it going.
Like Asuna, like Cryo, who we know are very talented individuals. The fact is, though, expectations when it comes to 100 Thieves, like you have someone like Nade Shot at the helm of your organization. It doesn't matter. Like he loves to sell some hoodies, but you know he loves more. Winning.
Money.
I mean,
which you get by winning.
You get by winning, yeah.
Hey, look, we're all in this for trophies, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I've seen this video before.
Something similar for sure.
You love Haven, don't you?
Should we go again? Should we go again?
Oh, yeah, run it back. Why not?
Let's run it back.
It's somewhere that I think FUT is certainly going to be comfortable. The reality is on this, especially with Haven, a lot of long-range angles for us to play with. I can't wait to see Cryo against CNET. I think that's a head-to-head that is hella spicy. CNET's been warming up. He's been looking really good recently. Yeah. But Cryo, it was his year. That's
the thing. It's like if you go 2021 CNET, 2022 Cryo, you're looking at two of the best like jet players ever to have existed. So obviously 2023 for both players was not really their like best year ever. So I'm looking forward to seeing like, okay, can they now build into a world-class 2024 with what could be an incredible match?
Have you ever seen, because you saw it live in person when you were at the EMEA qualifiers, have you ever seen CNET this happy, Mitch?
Actually, he's always happy.
He
really always has a smile on his face. But
unless he elbows a table.
That's true.
Nobody's happy after that.
Yeah. No, that's happened for him.
But I think generally,
passionate
like,
guy.
Yeah. thinking about him historically, like, I think there's definitely a spark lit inside him now playing on a Turkish roster where he gets to speak his native language. He gets to be at home as well, which is
I mean, something's always just be
like,
about
getting to actually, you know, live
representing
in
your
your normal house,
country
in your actual city, and then turn up to work, you know, a couple minutes, whatever. It's a beautiful thing, and I think, you know, he's going to be going over to Berlin next year.
I think representing your country is I think a lot of people would be able to understand. There's teams like FUT who are.
I think he's happier than ever. Not to say that he was never happy before.
So, of course, they're coming into this with a bit of momentum. I want to talk a little bit more about 100 Thieves in a minute.
See his agent select.
Agent select, Tom.
Yeah, well, it's actually looking fairly similar to what we saw.
Yeah, kind of similar to what we saw last game.
Have that Viper Harbor, which did take the dub last time around. It is though.
I feel like the Viper Harbor just gives you so much utility.
Well, seen it maybe a little bit more so. That sort of.
And then obviously Killjoy can be locked down as a site by themselves.
Is a little bit more, I want to say, tactical with the way he moves around the map. So maybe a little bit of a difference in the way they're going to be played. Obviously the Sky and the KO is the interesting one. You don't see it as much KO when it comes to Haven, but you do see it when you watch Cracks.
That's it. Cracks is cracked when it comes to KO, and I think the reality is nobody is going to be ready for what he's been bringing to the server recently. This is, we talked about CNED, and we talked about Cryo having their years. Cracks could be up there with what we saw from him in the qualifier, but this is a different caliber of opponent that he's up against here today. I like seeing Nature in. I'm really excited to see him.
I just feel like the double controllers help like get you so much.
Can fill historically. He'll play.
It sounds dumb, but controlling the map, right?
Sign for an IGL, but up against Mr. Fallen. You know,
especially you combine that with the Sentinel on your defensive side, like.
With this man.
Well, both of you made correct predictions, actually, albeit a little bit biased coming into our first matchup. Can you do it again? Who's taking this one, Tom?
I'm going to pick probably exactly the same as Mitch and go with FUT. I think they looked incredible coming out of the qualifier, and I think 100 Thieves, I'm interested to see what they've got.
Well, one thing's for sure, momentum can
Yay,
take you
Wemby
a long
snapped
way.
tonight, 38 and 10.
Bring that momentum with you from Istanbul here to Tokyo. Let's get into our next matchup. It's 100 Thieves versus FUT with Tom and Mitch.
Thank you so much, Ian. We've seen the barriers go up at 100 Thieves, mounting the defense on Haven. A BO1 matchup and a big challenge for this 100 Thieves squad. FUT have already played very recently over in Istanbul. They had the home field advantage there. There were flags flying in the stadium. It won't be the case here, but FUT very much respected within the Japanese community as well. I think especially going back to Tokyo, they're saying they had a fantastic time there. I think Ada Captain's a massive fan favorite for them. We'll see how they deliver on this attack. It's been a slow start, a couple of blows exchanged, but it's down to the big push with a minute left on the clock, and it looks like FUT have their eyes trained on the B site. Asuna has a little bit of help from Cryo, and that's a dangerous duo to challenge.
All right, they're looking to push mid-door.
Early chip damage done to the side of FUT. Paranoia through, and Ada Captain already going to be kicking things off. CNED alongside him, a fantastic start for the side of FUT, but bang!
Oh, excuse me?
To find himself a triple.
He gets the reload? Shut the fuck up.
Pistol single-handedly, but YoBoyCue is there as well. Both players low, looking for that first ace of the tournament. YoBoyCue, that youngster, coming in onto this FUT roster.
Come on, Bang.
Doesn't know where his opponent currently sits. A ring around the rosies on the side, and YoBoyCue.
I think he tagged him too, didn't he?
Swings around the Mitch from the very get-go with a Red Bull clutch.
Yeah, the young gun of YoBoyCue showing up for his triple kill, but what a round from Bang. Being able to sneak in behind enemy lines, catch a free kill on the CNED. From there, I thought that'd be it. He even got peeked on the backside, lit down to 21, but that didn't stop him. Who knows if that damage wasn't done earlier, if the timing was a second or two different, it could have been his. The ace could finally have been found, but after many 4Ks, we still wait with bated breath for a Red Bull home ground ace here in Tokyo. Round 2 kicks off with 100 Thieves on pistols, and it's not even upgraded. We saw a lot of Sheriffs in the previous matchup whenever there was low buys. This time it is 4 classics alongside a Frenzy. Really not expecting much from this defense of 100 Thieves, considering the weaponry they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, I think it's also easy to forget.
Interesting to see them lining up, knowing that they got the guns, the weapons advantage to like push down.
Himself, someone I feel like I've been watching for quite a while now, still only 19 years of age, so he is someone that is definitely a talent. There's a reason he ended up on this roster in the first place.
Down C.
The thing is as well, compositionally, that makes things interesting. I think this 100 Thieves comp is really good for delaying and denying, but FUT's comp is burst.
Yes.
It's basically like you have that paranoia. You have those pop flashes from cracks. I almost feel like the composition of FUT completely outplays 100 Thieves. We'll see. Maybe they have those adaptations.
It's certainly the style FUT like to go for.
Am I tripping?
Yenige being sneaky beaky, like a little bit of extra structure added to the roster. You can see that he has got an angle that is not expected, especially with the steps being made towards the site.
Nice.
The free kill to start. Good damage. That's about all. But look, he was the player with a pistol, and he's already delayed them and picked off Cryo, a very important kill. Ultimately, FUT just want to avoid losing too many weapons. Again, the pistol player dying, acceptable. Anyone else falling, that damage will be felt.
Yeah, still keeping the 3 rifles, the Vandal onto CNED as well. We know that that as a hero gun going into the next round could sometimes be enough. And that is the thing.
And then they all fall down.
Like we mentioned it already. Was Kiwi a bad player? Well, I'll tell you the fact that he was instantly picked up the second he left this team by Fireflux. No, he was a very good duelist. He's not CNED though. Like, and other than maybe Alphia, there's not really anybody to be more excited about in Turkey than CNED. And the fact is, he now comes into this team as someone who can take over maps individually. The same can be said, though, for Cryo. If he hits his stride, if he goes back to that sort of X-set form we saw in the past, who knows what this team can achieve. And with players like EU in the roster, I feel like bring that
this weekend we're going to be starting to pick up with
players.
More stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be staying up all night for tonight.
You can just fill in where they need it. Allow players like
I kind of just want to pop live tonight to check out multi-streaming, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. If I can keep it 100 with y'all right now.
Played absolutely everything at this point.
And it looked like that went pretty smooth.
Here we go.
Obviously, we saw in that last round with all the pistols, they stacked up on 100 Thieves. They didn't get the A hit, and they all decided to die to the spike, keep their money healthy. That's allowed them to get this full buy here as we come out of that pause. It will be 100 Thieves looking to fight.
Because we've got this the next 2 nights.
In terms of the utility brought to the board, you can see, or the hardware more so. 2 Bulldogs, 2 rifles for the side of FUT. They're in a very good position, regardless of who ends up in a duel.
Tomorrow, if we wanted to, we could watch World Cup. No, it's not in the evening. Will it be in the evening?
In this round, the Bulldog becomes ever more deadly. But here we go. Push through. CNED instantly taking that space. He is looking to almost just disrespect opponents, running forward. But Arsenal has managed to catch him. It will be an afterplant, but that rifle already hitting the deck. They've got one more. We'll now look to play in this post plant.
Yeah, it was good spams from 100 Thieves that left them on the back foot. They've already taken the site control and a few smokes to try and block vision. A tap to hopefully bait someone into an overpeak, but it hasn't come through. Flash in from Mr. Fallen. FUT going to use their utility to deny this with the cove broken. The defuse is already halfway. They've come off it. But the time is very much on their side. They've got plenty to work with yet.
No
4 kills in a matter of seconds. It looked like 100 Thieves had a whole lot more left in the tank, but this guy's come through and pumped the brakes on that squad. Unbelievable.
See, remember in the pre-show where I was like, oh yeah, CNED, he's the one who's kind of like expected to really explode.
It is all line up for him, essentially. That's crazy.
Someone in the future. He's 8-1.
Damn.
He's 8-1. He has more than double the kills of anyone else in his team combined. And he has single-handedly won them 2 of the rounds of the 3.
I wish there was a timeout there so we could just see that replay a couple more times. That was outrageous.
Honestly, 100 Thieves might need one.
At this point, wow.
That's the thing. There's always a difference between playing against any other EMEA team and playing up against the Turkish squads. They just have these explosive players. You're yet to see the best of Cracks and Ada Captain. Oh, in fact, and CNED as well.
Some fantastic utility to clear backside on C. The problem is they're a little slow in taking the space, so it's retaken by 100 Thieves. Bang, only good for the 1. But Cryo, with the off-angle rifle in hand, he's picked up another 26 HP. But the EU long-range battle with a Stinger has worked out. Okay, well, this round has very quickly fallen apart for the side of FUT. With only CNED left and a 1v4 and the spikes down in the open, 50 seconds on the clock and 4 opponents to take down. It's not looking likely. and he's made that read. Even saving here, I mean, look, 100 Thieves will probably just pick up the remaining weapons and call it at that, but there's a world where they decide to hunt him down. Not really worth it economy-wise.
Yeah, there's no sense in risking any of your...
Maybe send
maybe nature
in.
Yeah.
When they go to retrieve those rifles, see what they can find, but for CNED, not particularly close to the Blade Storm. Would have enough to purchase anyway. Ada Captain's got a lot of credit. Same for YoBoyCue. He might just be trying to catch some players lurking around, but they're not facing. They're not even looking to try and fight versus CNED. You know who's on the other side. But huge round for 100 Thieves, managing to catch them in the choke point. I really like how they sort of reclaimed a lot of the ground. I think they may have even faked things out a little bit with a nano swarm. I believe that was their nano swarm they threw into the corner while walking into it to almost fake the fact that they're retaking that ground. Like, oh, we don't know if there's someone here, while having that position and just selling a bait and then just having everybody swarm into the site. We are seeing a lot of low buy round victories so far in this tournament.
Because what, after this one, we would have 2 non-NA matches,
both
right?
teams are going to have a 4-buy without any problems.
Yeah, it's quite a blow dealt.
Because we'll have...
Realistically, they had a loss due at some point. YoBoyCue certainly course corrected them in round 3.
DRX SCARZ after this, then Fnatic
isn't the end of the world. There's still plenty of time for this to continue. Now, further back dog than you might see sometimes. It's avoided the knife early on. So, managing to get the information as it makes it all the way around the corner. I think 2 or maybe even 3 players spotted by that Tiger. But time will pass. They're left to just what their ears can tell them. Some utility used on a long. That's about it. 1 HP, no way out. Those wall bangs are going to finish you for sure. And now the rotations go back towards A. So 100 Thieves will actually be ready for this A take after taking down the lurker. No longer just cryo alone.
Oh, under a bit of pressure. CNED perfect with the entry up above, but EU has managed to trade, looking for a little bit more. He's done some damage, but FUT had the man advantage, not for long. Nature
hold on.
Almost manages a second, but even still Cracks goes through and leaves it all onto Bang.
Smoking
He had a phenomenal first round.
Ollie comes in, right spot.
Looking to bounce it onto the player
Nice
in the corner.
snake bite.
The Cracks is already low, has to
Nice.
reposition. That kills for free. And now it's him versus Ada Captain, but he's faked it. Tried to bait out his move of position. He's at the same place and almost doesn't connect the shot, but will land it in the end.
Damn.
Very nicely done. I
FUT's
love the
looking
fake
good.
shrouded step. He thinks he's gone to the site, maybe making it out onto long, trying to buy space and time, but no. He just sat down under hell with the patient play. And even
That's
though
tough,
the
bro.
game wasn't quite there on the initial couple bullets.
Timeout now, you think?
Enough time bought by that play to course correct again. CNED almost had this too.
Take it away a second. Take a timeout.
I think the entries here have been fantastic, but that spray putting him down to 6 health. The Cracks was almost gone the way of the dodo, and at that point, the round very well may have went to 100 Thieves.
Timeout.
But it didn't, and they're not happy about that, so a timeout will be called here and now. John, if you want to give us a replay of that 1v, or the 4K from YoBoyCue, it wasn't a 1v4, but might as well be. They were all trying to fight him, and he just took him down. I'm going to watch that back tonight, falling asleep to it.
Fall asleep? I couldn't fall asleep to that.
Hey, I'm just going to have on the TV.
Just an hour. You need someone to upload an hour loop.
Let's go. Here it is. Honestly, just outrageous. This is the one from Bang earlier on, classic in hand. He was doing such a good job.
Yeah, something that's worth mentioning as well is talking about Zix coming in as their new coach. Obviously was the assistant coach over in Evil Geniuses, has since switched sides to the red from the blue.
Yeah. I like that.
And he has made his way in. Obviously they've kept themselves. Mike's gone back to assistant coach. Obviously he was assistant coach,
yeah,
now
coach,
assistant coach.
He's been all
he'll
around.
probably be coach again next time, and then assistant coach again. He's just up and down.
He's been here a long time, right? Since the start of the 2022 100 Thieves run, he's been on this roster, the consistent factor when it comes to coaching staff, and I think the value he brings to the table can't be understated whatsoever. Like having someone who's so intimately familiar with the inner workings of an organization, with players that you still have on this roster as well. I think he does a lot of work for this team, and well, a lot more work to be done as we come out of that timeout. And 3 rounds behind now, 100 Thieves invest. And it's a messy investment. Bang down to, well, a stinger while you have an operator in play. It's just one weakness, but it's quite a weakness at that. Cryo? He's going? I mean, now he's going and he's gone. He's out of here. It's a right call to fall back. That operator, though, has a real chance to pick them up an opening duel for free. Not with that wall, he doesn't, but... Well,
this is a risky spot to be in. I feel like needs to dedicate himself to one of the angles. He's constantly switching his position. Already, that lockdown, they need something to try and take that out of commission, and they're not going to be able to. Have to fully retreat out of the site. So with all of this setup, 3 players were ready on the A site. They've had to give up all of that basically for free.
One player getting detained, maybe just to bait them into some aggression. Get them to swing around, but it hasn't happened. And there's the null command.
Oh, that's annoying.
The attempted retake from 100 Thieves relied on some utility going down in just a matter of seconds before that ult came into play. That's canceled their plans. It's delayed and ran that clock all the way down. Remember, they've got an op in play. Do they want to risk it? It's gone to EU. Bogdan's low. He's low, but now there's a nade to slow them down even further. And every piece of utility that's thrown out from 100 Thieves has a response that cancels out their ability to push. Now the rest of the squad tries to barrel through this choke point, but there's way too many players from FUT, too many angles covered, and not even trades needed. That op will struggle to survive.
Just give me one.
HP players all around and quickly dealt with in the end. 5 rounds on the board for the side of FUT. And although Bang might have had an SMG, the rest of the squad was fully invested. This has left them in a very awkward spot late into the half.
This, for me, is what differs FUT from any other Turkish team we've seen on the international stage. Like, you look at Supermassive Blaze, BBL, like those teams have those explosive individual plays that we've seen before from the likes of YoBoyCue.
I think I figured out something else I want to do from like my
lockdown takes the site. No command buys time, so they can't get back in. Then you have the fragment to slow them down even more. You've gone from a retake that had, what, 40 seconds on the clock down to 20. Just by delaying them completely.
But we'll do it tomorrow.
Then you're trying to run into the Turkish aimers. Good luck.
Which is good because I think tomorrow's more going to be getting set up for...
what we used to know Turkey for, right? Because that round right there very much underlines what we've been saying for a while about this FUT squad, that they have that Turkish element to them for sure. They can burst out all-out aggression and they can play at Puggy, but this is a squad that has now started to mastercraft in a lot of strategy, a lot of structured play. And in rounds like that, you see the benefit clear as day. Yeah. 7th on the board, or in play, I should say. We'll see the side of 100 Thieves stacked up on A, being challenged, a real opportunity with Nature already finding the first, and he's got a safe spot to play from inside of this orb. Stun is good, spams are even better.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dangerous for a second, but could have done very well.
Trailblazer gets you at least a little bit of information, you know, about the one.
He's going to know there's someone underneath, but I think he probably could have guessed that anyway. Add a captain a little bit low, and actually again,
Marshall gets
these
you one.
bites from Bang have softened up a player, given him another opportunity, but Mr. Farland doesn't let that last too long. Now New Boy on the block, EU trying to clutch this one out, and instantly the swing comes out from YoBoyCue. 6-1. We spoke about this match. Like, this is our seed number 4 and seed number 5, the closest you can possibly get in terms of the matches we have. Obviously,
yeah, but putting that foot in the ass.
3 just moments ago, so maybe there's still a lot to learn about the seeding. But the fact is, right now, FUT are looking dominant.
Yeah, but I think this is exactly the seeding system. I still love because it works on a better basis, especially in the offseason than anything else. But this is it. It very much, this is what Valorant is. You can have a team, hold them in high regard, but when it comes to the officials sat on the server, your name means nothing. Only what you're able to do. And as you can see, FUT right now able to do a whole lot. 6-1. Good half already in the books if it ends here, and doesn't look like they're looking to stop anytime soon. Cryo's moved out of position now towards the back of C site. He's going to be challenged. Good to find a first. Bladestorm active. Now he can keep moving, keeping himself on his toes as this ultimate tries to hunt him down. And, well, he's caught in the open. Cracks with a double, assisted by Ada Captain. And the advantage quickly makes its way back into FUT's back pocket. And look at the position from YoBoyCue. So nasty. Sat in this corner. He's heard the steps. He's hearing Nature dance around.
Gonna get hit by a turret too.
This is where he can get a massive reward. Shutting the round down as it stands. EU might even consider a save. Economy is terrible, but consider it all he wants. No chance to do so.
Yeah, cracks with a double. A phrase I think I heard more than anything else during the Istanbul qualifier. He always seems to just pull one out of his arse whenever
It's ridiculous.
whenever there's a moment. But this is the thing. It started off strong, but whenever things get chaotic, it's just where
He's in the main broadcast.
Cracks just snuck his way into the back of sight. Nobody even noticing his position, and 7-1 up. 100 Thieves in their buy rounds have had very, very little to sing and dance about. The cryo operator, it's had a kill or two, but it's not really been anything in terms of changing the game. And FUT 7-1 in the lead. Wow. The only thing
this is where I was saying earlier for Cloud9, like losing just by 2 rounds.
Thieves to get this roster ready.
It's been 8 rounds so far, and we've got 9 assists under the belt for Mr. Fallen. He might only have 3 kills, but he's certainly pulling his weight, helping that team push it across the line. There's a turret watching the garage push out, so nothing for free there. And it looks like FUT have got this on lockdown. You might lose Mr. Fallen. He's stuck in there on the snake bite, but Cracks really stuck in. He's gotten into the back of the site. His teeth fully dug into B. We'll see if he can draw blood as 100 Thieves now mount the retake. In just a matter of seconds, they'll be blitzing out. There's the utility in the beginning of it. 2 quick kills. Cracks caught.
Okay.
Captain down. And all of a sudden, YoBoyCue has to, well, he has to one-up himself from earlier. 5 kills needed.
Damn.
And none
Imagine
found.
though.
What a convincing retake from 100 Thieves. That's them back on the board just when they needed it.
Now, I always try and keep up with the patch notes, but did they buff the Sheriff? And I just didn't realize because
it's got heat-seeking bullets now,
actually. It seems to be hitting a lot more headshots than I remember. It's been clean. Bang as well has been the one sort of saving grace so far for 100 Thieves. He's 11-7.
I don't think it actually has, though,
and
right?
2 rounds. It's been absurd. Like the rest of the team next on the board is Cryo with 4. Operator
just the Sheriff nerf? The Sheriff's nerf's already been pushed through, right?
This composition, they have a lot of really powerful ults. Thus far, though, the ults have been a lot more effective from FUT. Oh, dear.
Yeah, really effective ult use there.
From the shadows is barely an ult.
it's a recon dart. This time, though, it's, well, it's resulted in death. Like an average Jonas shot dart instead.
I understand what he was trying to do. With the Viper's pit down, you don't really expect any other support to be on the A side.
Yeah, for sure.
So he was just like, okay, I'll TP behind them and just disrupt. Didn't go very well.
Yeah, maybe up into heaven is the play on that one, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. You couldn't see the way forward on that. Cryo up, it's such a nasty angle. This should be a free kill. The barrel's spotted. He knows he's about to get the opportunity. It is
just send it.
So close.
Just send it.
Fire through. No, he waits till he can see them. Look him right in the eyes through that 10-time scope and take him down.
He should have sent one early. I think he would have gotten it.
Covered by FUT with a plan.
Might be able to get the fuck out of there.
For 100 Thieves, the ultimates in play. Obviously, Bang has used his Viper's pit, but it's the lockdown to push them off the C site. Where is he going? YoBoyCue's walking into the spawn. He's caught an angle, but he's been spotted. I'm on 5 HP. It is time to get out of there. Out of there. It's time to get out, to get a kill. Sorry, my bad. It's time to get a kill, because this is YoBoyCue.
Yep, he's going to go down, spam back, though. And that's the thing. He may have fallen, but that's given Mr. Fallen a chance. CNED still standing. He expected someone to be on the defuse. He heard the tap.
Damn.
And thought that that was the bait. And instead, he's caught out by Asuna. Another very close round, but 100 Thieves continue to get a couple more on the board. This was looking like a done deal at 7-1, but they've started to come alive.
You really see the reward there for Asuna thinking quick on his feet, going for that tap instead. If he stuck it, maybe he would have gotten it.
I think you send the first one, you get it.
Reliable, but instead he ends up with that.
Might have actually caught him crossing.
Who's paranoid about the spike being diffused in just a matter of seconds. We're at 7.
Again, you can understand why you don't, though.
Already a phenomenal half for FUT. For 100 Thieves, they're on the road to recovery.
Yeah,
looking a lot better.
7-5 is a perfectly reasonable half. So I don't think it's definitely.
Why didn't get nothing?
Cryo operator. Wow. Not the greatest defense, but again, it's one and done. Every single time the repeat from Cryo results in his doom. Bang is in a great position, but read by Mr.
Like it's
Is that Angel?
Up if they really want, but there's going to be this close.
He almost gets the next player as well, and they know exactly where Asuna is. CNED will get the job done through the smoke in the end. This is the thing, we mentioned this, these slow, methodical rounds from FUT. Oh, I'm running at you.
Yeah, that's it. It's scary.
It is.
I love the fact that we have CNED, I guess, bringing
that's
an
a good way of putting it, actually.
Rainer Vandal.
Pull it out at you? Is that yours? I didn't even cop it. I didn't notice. But
I expect only something to be allowed to use that.
yeah, that is actually that's a rare one to see actually played.
It's a cool gun, but
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a lot better than the Smite skin set, I'll tell you that. But yeah, for the side of FUT, they have CNED come in and play this. Maybe he's even IGLing in that round. He brought out his inner angel. And he said, "Mr. Fallen, you're a breach. Run at them. Run at them!" And yeah, it worked out.
Oh no, CNED's got the final kill as well. How much damage is that going to do? Yeah, financially, EU's not in a great position. He can buy himself a rifle and
actually, I think I'm gonna do this now.
But it
Fuck
would
it.
mean that likely Tiger's not going to be in play for the round, so it's whether or not he's going to have to just drop something out of this one. The fact is, though, again, like it's just a lot of these early battles being won, the spam through the smoke as well, and maybe a little bit disjointed. Like it looked like some of the 100 Thieves members trying to make some of those hero plays, and I'll be honest, you can't really do that versus FUT. 1v1 duels versus a team like FUT, it's not worth it.
A lot of utility used to scrap over Garage. Looks like FUT have won the initial engagement. Rolling Thunder used. They're very much looking for a pacey play, and Crack's full commitment to the role is what gets them in there so easily. Of course, when you got that ultimate online, why not? You go down and it can be brought right back up again. Never going to keep Cracks down, but CNED, he's caught a double and he's out. The best part is he didn't even need the support. Oh, that's an awkward one. Oh, it doesn't matter. It was a bait. It was all part of the plan. That's what they don't realize. FUT dominating in this round with 9-3 on the board. And yeah, 7-5 would have been perfectly fine for 100 Thieves, but now they have to be worried because FUT have got them by the throat.
Mr. Fallen took back control of the in-game lead in that round. CNED, kill. You got this, bro. But yeah, YoBoyCue really impressed. 15-5 at the top of the board. As said, this is one of the young stars previously on Fire Flux as well, and you have Woot, obviously.
You took your time pronouncing that one.
Yeah, I want to be, especially when it's the women's team. Fire, Flux, Fierce, scary,
yes. Oh,
scary.
yeah. Tongue twister.
We'll get Ian to say that one 5 times later on the show. He might not be coming back.
I just want to hear him say the name of the arena again. I was really impressed.
What is the name of the arena?
Can we unmute Ian's mic for a sec?
Yeah, yeah.
So 9-3 for FUT.
I
wouldn't have been surprised if you told me FUT won this, but I don't know if I would have believed you 9-3.
Kokuki Can Arena.
Look at that. He's been practicing in the mirror all night.
Your turn now. Come on, Tom.
Sumo Arena, yeah, it's a cool one.
Ryogoku Kokuki Can, Sumo Arena.
Yeah.
That's my best
the one.
That was it. That was it.
Right now, Mitch, you'll go.
I just did it. Do it again.
No, that was me doing an impression of you saying it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
No, that would have been Ryogoku Kokuki Can. Oh, my pot of gold.
That was bang on.
Wow.
Your impression of Mitch Rat. Well done, Ian. That was a great impression of Mitch Rat.
I never thought I would ever say this on a broadcast, being the guy from Hull, but can we just leave the Japanese pronunciation to me, please, guys?
Somewhere
you know
at home, there's someone
okay
Japanese just crying at your pronunciation.
Ooh, I wonder if the other thing we could do would be to
9-3. It's a good scoreline for FUT. Pistol round could tell everything.
Yeah, they're hoping for a curse. That's about all they're looking for. Now, as I said, with new rosters, I do feel like, especially going into that attacker side, it might be a little bit easier to synergize. You can sort of talk through with the IGL, but that's the thing. Like we've seen Stella sort of removed from
if we were to go and put
as the old IGL of the team, someone new coming in to try and lead the charge. This will be the true test. And the thing is, FUT aren't
getting everything set up for vertical tomorrow.
In fact, they've already taken full C-long control and gone peeking out of A. Although the slow walk up, I think it's been spotted. They've seen the stun, the instant sprint across the map from the remaining members of FUT, and the only man on site, only man,
it's only
is CNED.
CNED with a Sheriff? I wouldn't be scared of that. Would you? Snakebite not going to land because he's underneath. And he's dealing damage, chipping away. Asuna down to 8 HP already. When CNED falls, the rest of the squad is here. Cracks and Mr. Fallen.
Okay.
The IGL,
okay.
And he's going in for 2, 3 even. A phenomenal display in the pistol round and a nail in 100 Thieves' coffin as FUT push up to double digits on round 14, 100 Thieves are
Sorry,
gonna
let's speed run this bitch.
Well, they're not going to be able to pull any punches. They can't let this one go too far.
Yeah.
This is a tough decision. I think you will very much divide the community. You'll divide the professional teams on whether you should force buy or not here, but I don't blame 100 Thieves. They need something to light that fire back up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Stinger
when
buy
you're
for sure.
Down, you got to risk it for a biscuit.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't really had the performance they've been hoping for. As said, we can give them a break by the fact that this roster, well, they were the last ones. We were sort of harping on ZETA for being so late, but the fact is we only really found out truthfully yesterday. Good start as well. CNED, a little bit overzealous, a little bit aggressive, and has met his doom. Ain't just going to go walking through, but he has been spotted by the alarm bot, taking a lot of damage, and even a headshot as well from Cracks, evening up the table after what was a good start from them.
Round 2 after winning the pistol, and Cracks has got an upgrade. You know, CNED probably thought he had a semi-automatic operator when he was going through that angle, but these players have bought shields, so it's got to be the headshot. That's where he
wraps around towards Garage.
He's got it for free. That's so easy. EU caught inside his Tiger, clearing space for Bang, not spotting anybody, and that's because they'd already pushed behind him, and the kill follows through again. Mr. Fallen, massively advantageous fight with a Bulldog in hand. An 11th round found for FUT after 100 Thieves 4-spot. Now they're left with practically no economy, but they're still going to invest it because it's 11-3. What are the chances they make that 12-3 comeback? Low. What are the chances they make the 11-3 comeback? Low.
That round for me
how do I go from here, transform?
Because I think you get the opener. That's where I want to see you group up and hit as a team. And instead, it was really disjointed. 2 players trying to fake out into Garage.
Maybe something like that.
The other 2 pressuring on A. You're giving these isolated duels again to the side of FUT. And they have better weapons.
I guess I'd probably want to see a couple of...
Obviously, the space taken by Adacaptain made it a little bit easier. And I love how Mr. Fallen, he doesn't even flinch. He's like, I am taking this
Oh
orb.
no, I'm being shot. Well, I've got my orb. Anyways. It's well handled. They know there's a turret here. They can hear it. And break it through the
I guess
walls.
that'd be a kind of a cool way of like having it linked.
Also potentially checking to see if there's an alarm bot close. CNED's won that battle. As said, Bang has been one of the only players you say really showed up so far for 100 Thieves, and him going down early on that lurk. Again, this is a full investment. Like this isn't just a low buy round where you can go, okay, if they get a kill, that's nice.
And now they can't cross either. They've got to face CNED with. Okay, well, that's a good thing apparently.
Yeah, rifle drop to the deck, a huge upgrade. Barrio's going to be the one to take it. Mr. Fallen under pressure, but he normally thrives in these positions. Flash through is going to leave them blind. 2 players waiting within the smoke.
Ooh.
It's actually going to go their way. YoBoyCue.
Set through the right time.
In a lot of these rounds, and he's still strong. The Sheriff popping another, and I think they've heard nature. I think they know he's here, sneaking his way through the smoke or attempting to, but
dark cover comes in at a good time.
Given up completely.
Good damage. 39 on YoBoyCue now after that spam.
He's got 14 seconds though. Like the plant is not happening. He basically has to just get both of these kills and doesn't know where the other player is. They've grouped up together, doing a lot of damage. And Chance with the classic, but it isn't quite there. FUT 12-3 in the lead, 9 rounds in a row for 100 Thieves. Just to make this.
Just imagine.
Very well handled for the side of FUT. Across the board, this map has been a masterclass. And I think for 100 Thieves, it's disappointing because there's so much potential on this roster. I'm just looking at some of these shots from YoBoyCue, man, and he is having.
It just sucks once you're back there, even though you got the Stinger, but Stinger got nerfed
right now. Very much if you want to know what went wrong for 100 Thieves on this map, I think a lot of it comes down to YoBoyCue.
If you would have already known that both of them were sitting down there, I think he just wide swing that.
You remember round 3,
honestly.
The 4K, it's been constant.
Yo, what up?
These are the
I see you looking at me. Looking at you.
Because I imagine, like, as you can see, Adacaptain's just having a great time.
Playing with the camera, man. Hell yeah. Give us a wink. A thumbs up is just as good. I'll take it. Considering he can't hear me, it works.
Well, I just imagine him going, I guess just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, guys, just keep it up.
Although I do feel like guys
Where are we going for dinner later?
He'd be like, yeah, Mr.
I might
Fine,
watch
I wanna be on
just
Mr.
the
Bison
first
team.
round
He
games,
wouldn't have even
maybe.
lost 3.
He's asking them like, what are you guys feeling tonight?
It's crazy to think that like
I've heard the Korean barbecue here is unreal as well.
they're doing a high game, 2 low games in the last high game.
Well, we have one of the people from Red Bull telling us that. So
Can told me as well.
They're doing it for the viewership.
And he rated it. So
no offense to Laurence, but if Kanyang.
Kanyang knows his Korean barbecue. I'll tell you that.
I've been for Korean food with him in China, and he was like, this is an 8 out of 10. If you want 10 out of 10, you come to my house. So I was like, that sounds like the greatest offer I've ever received.
He's always good to spend time with Ken. Always good to see him. He's you know the thing I love about him? You walk by backstage, and he's always coming up. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Comes give you a big hug. Like, great fella.
Yeah, you know, another person who does that, Alpha.
Always.
Like,
Since day one.
I can tell you now, when I was his age, I was not going up to anyone.
No, goodness. Oh, good lord. I'd be just sat there scared as hell. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're really blessed in the Valorant community. I think in general, we
a lot of lovely people.
The players, the CEOs, the COOs, everybody involved in the scene is just such a pleasure to get along with. I'm really happy.
Talent. Oh, I'm kidding.
That Ian Chambers guy.
Oh.
God, he's not coming back later, is he?
No.
Oh, thank God.
See, I always get this thing where
after he said Fire Flux Fierce, like, you know.
5 times. Well, 12-3.
Get lost on my other monitor. Sorry, chat. Hold on.
We've been pretty relaxed in this round, and I think FUT have been pretty relaxed in this game so far. Not too much of a challenge for them. And I don't expect that to be a common theme for 100 Thieves. I think the next matchup they have should be easier. I think then they'll have a day to recover, and they will not sleep after a performance like this. But we've talked about FUT and how capable they are a million times. Now we're seeing it in action on the international stage. A retake of A. One final challenge, perhaps.
Oh, the dash through ZETA! He's performing acrobatics on this stage. And well, now Nature, he's
Bro,
not
100 Thieves just came out and got
I don't even think he's going to be able to stop the defuse if he wanted to, even if he W keys the whole way. See you later. This one's done. Wrap it in a bow. FUT take this 13-3. They made that look easy.
All right, so DRX and SCARZ next.
And CNET said, no, I'm taking it. He just ran in, dashed in, and took him by surprise.
Mitch goes retake. Take. Okay,
take. Oh, yes, I understand.
This is
go. Like, he was so far out ahead of the squad, but it works, man. Catching them by surprise. They bombard their util, and it's over in the blink of an eye. That's devastating for 100 Thieves, but this has been the story of FUT again and again. There's a reason so many of us are FUT fans. This squad is undeniably one of the best out there right now. EMEA next year, watch the hell out. They were already good this year. They overachieved. I don't think they can overachieve anymore. I want to see a trophy.
Absolutely. FUT pick up where they left off in Istanbul, carrying that momentum to the Rio.
I like the CNED. I'm telling you, man, CNED being on FUT,
in Tokyo, Japan,
getting to play for his country, essentially playing for, you know, an all-Turkish squad,
by taking down
I think is so big.
Last year's winners with the greatest of ease, Tom.
I felt like CNED kind of like fell into the background
too great right now.
on the roster last year.
Unless you're including the EMEA qualifier, maybe.
You know what I mean, with Navi.
But honestly, looked unstoppable in this game. They barely broke a sweat throughout, and YoBoyCue as well. That young.
All right, we're back connected. There we go.
Champions, but they're just having fun with it, having a laugh here in Tokyo.
I saw, you know, running through that. It's all well and good having smiles after the result, but during the game,
he was doing it before the game.
That's what I'm saying. Before, during, after, the vibes within this roster right now, Mitch, are through the roof.
Yeah, look, there's something that you can know FUT for these days.
They've been to the arcades. That's what that is.
We've seen that.
I wanted the octopus.
Yeah, you wanted the octopus. I think we've already seen
Sue on the shark,
yeah,
right?
We've got the shark.
Even bigger shark than that what she won. And that was like 5 tries. And the machine, she's an expert.
Come on.
It is, though. You can put your hand inside the shark. It's like he's eating it. It's really cool. But for this squad, consistency is the name of the game. Not just with the vibes, not just with the attitude, not just with the friendliness behind the scenes. To absolutely everybody. You see at the end there, I got to call him out with his ATA captain. He's walking out of the 100 Thieves room, walking back, and he jumps over to have a quick word with one of the staff as well. Obviously, he's just so friendly, so talkative. but it's also on the server. They bring that again and again, that consistency.
I do feel like these next 2 games are going to be kind of blowouts,
you do not want to trifle with. Mr. Fallen, he didn't quite have the
trying to figure out if it's worth me wanting to stay up and watch.
Istanbul. He didn't damn well need to.
It's already 140.
Well, you guys can go take a little bit of a break, maybe go explore this amazing merchandise stand as a lot of our Japanese fans are doing as they arrive by numbers. This is a phenomenal day in this historic arena, and there's plenty more to come after this short break.
I don't know. Because I feel like if I'm going to stay up and watch DRX, I might as well at least stay up and watch Fnatic for a round. But then that gets us to like 4 o'clock. I don't know if I'm about that life, dog. Just being perfectly honest. Because they're saying Fnatic versus FENNEL starting at 240. Ain't no way. Maybe. I guess they have kind of been doing about... I mean, it really all depends on how quick the map is, right? 13-3 is a lot different than 11-3. Or 11-13. I don't think DR's been any changes, right? They're still running that weird like 6-man swap. Back things down a bit on the rig here. See what we can do. I'm actually gonna go take out my contacts, so we are gonna do that. Refill my water.
Welcome back to Red Bull Homeground 2023 live from the tech capital of the world, Tokyo, Japan. My name's Ian Chambers, and we're switching things up on the desk right now. We've got two new amazing, well actually, we've got one new amazing caster joining us. Tom Biz decided to stick around.
Yeah. No, I'm actually Sideshow. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. Tom made me say that, by the way. Of course, it's Paper Thin and Achilles. Welcome to our desk. Welcome to the Ryogoku Kokukikan Arena here in Tokyo, Japan. You can see behind us on the big screen that we've got our Japanese broadcast team. We've got a simulcast going right now. We've got a complete Japanese broadcast running at the exact same time as this English one. It's quite a phenomenal achievement and a spectacle, isn't it?
They've been doing a good job. It's been smooth so far, and I hope that that's going to be continuing. Hopefully the game is maybe a little bit closer. The first series kind of delivering. 100 Thieves, not nearly as much in the second series. So I'm hoping that we see some more tight-knit gameplay, maybe that overtime that eluded us in the Zeta set.
Paper Thin, I'm going to make a bold prediction here.
Yeah.
You're having the time of your life out here, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. No. I mean, like, this is just one of the most iconic places in all of Japan. I mean, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, sumo arena in the place. And every player I talked to, every Japanese player that came in here was just like, we wanted to get here so bad because we wanted to play in this arena in particular, because of the history, because of the cultural significance that this has. This is just such an awesome venue to be in.
Yeah, I mean, Zeta proved that, right? They were living their dream down there. Maybe not so much as you alluded to there, Achilles, for 100 Thieves, last year's winners. We just saw FUT take them to the cleaners there. They came out of that EMEA qualifier full of momentum, and they've brought it right to the table here.
Yeah, and he was a really
I mean, I feel like FUT looked pretty solid at the end of the year last year,
Starting
too,
things
right?
off really nicely and nearly having this classic ace to kind of kick things off, but then FUT come back in, they close out the pistol, and then the momentum just really ramped up. YoBoyCue in particular, absolutely incredible performance for him here on FUT. What a pickup for them to add him into this roster, as well as
Then you add CNED.
Consistent performances that we are used to seeing from him when he has that jet in his hands.
Yeah, and what really impressed me here for FUT was the coordination. It seemed like somebody was always there to trade off of somebody else. The crossfires were really well set up. The post plants were really well thought out. You know, YoBoyCue able to cover a lot of the post plant angles really nicely. Cracks on point, along with whoever else is there with him. Mr. Fallen, you know, great with his utility as always. Add a captain as well, both putting up double-digit assists. So it's a team effort here for FUT. Yeah, they're cracked out of their minds with their aim, but everybody looked really on point with their coordination as well.
Yeah, the coordination's on point, the energy behind the scenes is on point, and the synergy is very much on display in the server, isn't it?
It really was. I think 100 Thieves, though, you don't have to worry too much about this, and I think if you're a 100 Thieves fan, this actually might be a sigh of relief, because they did win that last home ground last year, and then look at the year they had. So this, if they lose this home ground, they go out right at the beginning, maybe they're going to be the best team in the Americas League.
So you're saying that the loss is a good thing, and it's going to prove that they can then flip it and reverse everything that happened over the last year.
Keep the expectations low.
Hey, the FUT fans maybe not so much, but the 100 Thieves fans are loving you right now. Let's move on to our next matchup. This is what these guys are ready to cast. It is DRX versus SCARZ. Before we do anything, let's take a look at another home crowd favorite and meet the team. It's SCARZ.
Who's most likely to forget to buy during the buy phase?
No, not me. It's Lumo, no?
You always forget. I forgot money, guys. You forget flash.
Guys don't buy. Yeah, you also forget flash.
Tend to forget flash.
But Lumo always forget to buy.
3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them. 3 of them.
Which spike site, across all maps, is the hardest to defend?
Why?
Why?
Yeah. サイト、クロスファイアやばいし、ディレイもやばいし、オープンプラントされたらもう G メインからもう打たれるからもう。
Alright, I think that does it.
Who takes the longest getting ready in the morning?
Me.
So free.
Always me.
If there was a karaoke night, who'd be the first one up to sing?
Yoshi,
yeah.
Yoshi always singing in the screens are ranked, you know. Always singing.
Every time when we warm up,
yeah.
Everyone heard just Yoshi.
Yeah. Like when we were sitting in the room, we want to practice, you know, like aim training. He's always singing, you know, and we can hear it. We cannot mute him.
Paper Thin, SCARZ, this is very much another team set to make this home crowd loud.
Yeah, some really big changes here, though. A team that's very excited to be here. A team that almost got through to the tier 1.
Yeah, that's totally what we're doing for
in the finals in Thailand. Top to bottom, that was a really, really good team, but they lose Jemkin, their star duelist, unless he's playing Reyna.
Our vertical format. That looks good.
Great.
We're not talking about it.
We're not talking about that. But everything else here, you know, at times looked really, really good for them. So Alan and Yoshi still going to be here for this team. The real question is, who's going to be playing duelist for this team? Now, I do know that Lumo is going to be, at least for today, being the IGL for this squad, but a lot of big question marks. And for them, I talked to their coach, Fades, before this, and I just asked, you know, what are the expectations here? And he says, we just want to test our mettle. We want to see where we're at right now and see how we are going to fare against some of the best in the world.
Yeah, there's an air of unpredictability with this roster for sure. Let's take a look at their opponents. It's DRX. Let's take a look because, you know, they're making their home ground debut here in Tokyo. And Korean team, they're looking, and I know you know them very well, Seth. Are you excited to see them in action?
Seth, you know, is going to be excited.
Of course. I'm always excited to see DRX. Of course, this is their first matchup here, so they throw Paperton and I into this one. But one of the things that we've had questions about when they are coming into these events, we saw them in the 10 Invitational. Flashback was one of the players that was playing there. We were not seeing Zest coming back in onto the roster, and they're continuing to do this. And I was able to talk with them a little bit, and it's just like, okay, is this going to be a more permanent fixture or whatever? And then it's like, it's the off-season. We want to get our guys some experience and whatnot, so they're just continuing to field Flashback, let him get in front of larger and larger crowds, let him get that stage presence under his belt, so that when he does, whether he joins this main roster or if he gets picked up by another squad, whatever it may be, he's
I want
already
you
ready.
to feel the energy when a walkout happens, and it's happening right now.
Oh.
本日の2試合目を戦う2チームをステージにお呼びしましょう。DRX。
Yeah. That music slaps though. I dig it. I dig it.
SCARZ.
The DRX coach always kills me. It always seems so like professional. I don't know why that slays me, but it does.
Still blows my mind that the stage that those guys are standing on is traditionally used as a canvas for sumo wrestling. It is just a phenomenal spectacle to see.
That's pretty cool.
It really is. I mean, as Paper Thin was talking about, incredibly storied venue. I mean, this place was constructed, obviously it's had some work done, but constructed 114 years ago. There have been numerous matches that have taken place here. Physical combat has been performed in this arena, witnessed by
That's
the
kind of
Japanese
lit,
fans,
actually.
But now we bring esports here to this venue. It's awesome to see. It's awesome to see the crowd getting fired up, and I'm wondering how torn they are, because DRX might not be a Japanese organization, but they do have a hell of a lot of Japanese fans.
Yeah, I mean, and DRX are just renowned for being incredibly consistent as well, aren't they, Everything?
Yeah, no doubt about it. A lot of what has made DRX so successful throughout their history has been sort of the organization and structure that they brought. Now, that also, in the long run, has kind of been the cause of their pain.
Glad we're...
Okay, all right, well, sure, why not?
You were making a wonderful point there, but we're going to have to talk about this because we've made it 3 for 3.
Do we have to talk about it? Are you sure?
3 for 3. How are you feeling about Haven?
It's everybody's favorite map, I guess. I mean, with DRX, it makes sense, of course, but I mean, it is a comfortable map, right? We kind of were talking about this beforehand, that we thought, look, we're going to probably see a lot of Haven Ascent maybe split on day one here. Just teams are going to be kind of defaulting into the maps that they know the best.
Yeah, I mean, Seth, when you look at a team like SCARZ, it'd be rude not to say that they are the underdogs, right, coming into this tournament. But sometimes low expectations can breed high achievements, right?
No, they absolutely can. We've seen that time and time again. Look at EG, the reigning champions in VCT. That was the definition of low expectations. They didn't even exist, in fact. They made it all the way to the end. SCARZ is a team that, as an organization at least, has proven themselves time and time again. They have solid foundations from that roster that did make it into the grand finals of Ascension. It's just about how do these newbies, how do these newcomers for the squad come together on stage, because it hasn't been that long of a turnaround from when these guys were able to join the team. So we'll see how much work they've gotten done, but at the same time for DRX, it's pretty much consistent across the board, but you do have Flashback. He had a slow start in the 10 Invitational, then he started to pop off. Is he going to be fired up from the get-go this time, or is it going to take some more time to get him, you know, up on his feet again? We'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Agent Select in front of us here, and Paperthin, I heard you let out a cheeky ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
well, there's a couple of interesting
miracle.
things. I mean, yeah. First of all, it's Foxy9 on the KJ instead of on the Jet.
So
now,
no Harbor.
Typically when Foxy9 has been in the roster, he's playing a duelist of some sort, but now he's going to be on the Killjoy. Pretty interesting to see that. And then on the other side of the coin, the big question a lot of us had, who was going to
So
be
Foxy
that
not
duelist
so
to
much
step
a
up
one
to
trick, but
build
was a
champion shoes
duelist.
for
Okay.
SCARZ? It's going to be Yoshi, the longtime player.
Because he's the one
for
that would
this
come in every
squad.
once in a while,
Very
right? Like,
talented
didn't play all the
mechanically.
time.
Him and Alan, very strong players in their own right, really kind of looking towards Tempura, Lumo,
Pretty
Mr.
sure.
Tenzo, guys who have kind of bounced around between Tier 2 Japan and even took some stints over into China for a bit. Now they're back here playing in Japan once again, going up against an unbelievably difficult opponent. And I know these guys don't have a lot of experience against each other, not just on stage, but off stage either.
This is our first time us three on a desk together, and number one, I'm delighted to be working with you both. I've never put you guys to the test when it comes to predictions. Are you happy to put your chips down on the table?
I mean, I'm going into this series kind of expecting the DRX should be able to come away with this. There's a reason why they're the #2 seed coming into this tournament. They're a known quantity, but that does mean that they have known strategies. So if SCARZ have done their homework in this run,
I don't think it's quite a 13-3 like we just saw from the FUT 100 Thieves, but I don't think this goes 24 rounds.
Just pull out the own team secret, right? Just go away every time, and no problem, easy money.
All right, let's get into it.
Like, there's just no way,
for the
right?
first time here in this historic arena, it is Achilles and Paperthin. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much. As the barriers come down, let's go ahead and get into the action. Lumo going to be holding on to the paranoia here. Here's the tap on the orb, sends it, swings the corner, met with nothing.
Yeah, for now, kind of taking their time is DRX, a team that generally is slightly better on their attacker side on this map than their defender side. So certainly, as SCARZ, you're trying to limit the damage as much as possible. Kind of seeing that same toxic screen here from Alan early that we're seeing a lot with Bang from 100 Thieves. Able to kind of utilize it at times pretty effectively to kind of at least trade out kills for himself in that previous match. But for now, DRX very cautious about this, wondering if there's going to be any lurks, any pushes. We've seen this a lot today already, Achilles, that teams are willing to get aggressive on the flanks, get aggressive on the angles, find those picks, find those moments. Like Euron on ZETA was doing a really good job earlier, I thought, of getting into the back lines of his opponents. So kind of DRX making sure that all their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed.
A slow creep up now, a little bit of a lurk there from Foxy9 outside of Garage. Their way forward here, just trying to use this toxic screen against them. Couple shots across the decay. Hoping to whittle them down just a little bit. There's a pop flash in the backside. Holding his ground, managing to find three. Buzz
He's got three.
One. Pushing out from Mako, also going to be fallen, and Foxy9 will take it down. Lumo kicks things off. You said the IGL, at least for today for the squad, leads the charge to the 4K right in the pistol round.
He has a really good read on what DRX wanted to do late stage into that, and you hinted at this earlier, Achilles, on the desk, that sometimes DRX can be readable. Their tendencies are pretty well known, and you can see that eventually
that
over
trip
onto
there
the
is
site. Quick rotations as well, of course. And
damn.
they're able to use that toxic screen so effectively, like we saw earlier today
That's
with these
insane,
Vipers.
bro.
Really comfortable on this map. A lot of double controllers coming through. We've seen some Harbors. Now we're seeing the Omen Vipers, you know, with the mirror match on both sides of the equation. But their DRX just not quite able to read that little cubby placement behind Platt. They're able to sneak in there, and Lumo full effect. And Mr. Tenzo trying to see if he can catch Flashback. Flashback able to maybe sneak into that corner. I don't know if
Simple eco here for
If he sends out the Trailblazers,
DRX or his pistol, you know. They're not forcing nothing.
Low investment across the board here from everybody, and yeah, Trailblazer almost misses him, but he turns back, and Yoshi in the meantime pushing out over day long. Catches stacks, finds the headshot spray. Even at that mid-range, Allen going to be able to steady it to find Foxy9. Mako going to be taken down off screen. Suddenly it's just two players left. That Sheriff was purchased here. Buzz, maybe an opportunity to do a bit of damage, try to bring this back into parity a bit as far as the economy is concerned, but needs to find some kills.
And they're just trying to find any semblance of damage here for DRX.
What do you do? Rotate this over to door, probably?
To find any value, really. And some good discipline. It's been excellent. Lumo going to try to play off that turret contact, but
right here.
Buzz not taking the bait just yet.
It's just staying quiet.
Okay, where that person in the corner here?
Define, rather. That's that Vandal, and it will be able to be recovered here. They can go ahead and upgrade one of these Spectres. You see
Tough, you weren't able to get any, like a pick on B.
Snatched up by a teammate. So 2-0 beginning here for SCARZ.
When you peeked up,
go into the bonus.
You know what I mean?
They get the conversion, or can DRX find themselves around win? Because so far, it's been pretty not close. Only 2 kills spread out between Flashback and Buzz.
Yeah, it's been really good discipline. It's really been what it has, what I've seen from SCARZ. I've really liked their just kind of, you know, don't bend.
Yeah,
don't
Chad, this might
give
be
them
my
much
last
space.
game.
Just make sure you're not overextending any positions.
I would like to
just
get
yet.
fully
Kind
to the
of,
first round.
You know, what I hope to see is that they're able to maybe, as this half rolls on, a lot of utility expended there, the bottom of short A, but try to, you know, kind of use that against DRX as they go. Try to then find their lurks. Try to then find some flanks into DRX's backlines when they're least expecting it. In this round, maybe a good opportunity for that with these lower buys. Kind of wait this out because DRX is being extremely
right now,
patient.
when is this projected to finish today?
Explosiveness from them. Yeah, DRX is the team that will change it up on you from time to time.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that we were kind of seeing from them, though, going into the likes of Masters Tokyo as well as especially in Champions, was them actually playing a bit more loose, a bit more aggressive. This is looking a lot more like classic DRX, but so far the shots haven't really connected. But now, a little bit of damage earlier there onto Tempura. Allen getting tugged away, swing onto the corner, Flashback manages to win out the duel. Some damage is going to be dealt with Foxy9 now taking down Tempura. Finds him, the C site broken open. Stax is able to hold down the garage.
And I do like what I'm seeing here from SCARZ on this round, though. Again, they're trying to get a little bit spicier. They're putting Allen into the cubby. They're sending this lurk from Yoshi, but it's accounted for by Mako. He is very, very aware of this right now, and Yoshi going to wait out this utility. Hawk's not going to confirm anything. So now they're going to regroup and try to go through Link.
Any damage dealt by SCARZ would be good, but Stax
Damn.
is going to go ahead and
okay,
pop him down
Stax.
through the smoke. Just had a feeling about it, it would seem, and comes away with 3 on the round.
Check his PC.
DRX go ahead and get themselves established with a nice little round victory, but Yoshi now looking to pick up that operator.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start there, and DRX finally finding their feet underneath of them. The aim getting a little bit crisper, a little bit cleaner here for them. Some damage done there from Allen, but again, I like the ideas from SCARZ. Start out the first couple rounds really slow. Just kind of plant your feet, hold your sights, quick rotates off of contact later in the round once you kind of know, where DRX kind of has to make a move. And here, they're getting a little bit more aggressive a little bit earlier with that weaker buy, and that's totally what I want to see. That's totally what I think you need to be doing to keep DRX off balance, to keep them in check, because that is something that could give DRX fits. We've seen this against the likes of, FNS as a shot caller and others, where if they can kind of just really throw DRX off balance, really get inside of their heads, that sometimes it does kind of have DRX crumbling behind it.
Smoke the cutoff lobby. Stax will show himself. See the drift back, Lumo hovering over around B. A-Link position at the moment, whereas Tenzo getting himself very far forward, down in towards Sewer. Just around the corner, looks for the swing, but he's not ready for Stax to be on the right side flank. Takes him down, Allen trying to get the second kill, only comes away with Stax. Flashback now, hoping to escort them forward. Sends out a snake bite, wants to try to cut off that access. Lumo, though, drifting up into heaven. With that smoke there, can't really afford to try to push forward. Foxy9, in the meantime, going to be on that lurk, and you can see that Tempura is fairly aware of this. That alarm bot kind of keeping Foxy9 locked in place for now.
Yeah, Foxy, good awareness here, not to push off of that, but again, good trading, good protocols for DRX, kind of something they're very well known for. Gave them the early advantage. Is there going to be any semblance of a retake here, or is it just going to be a save? A little bit of damage on the exit for Lumo, but yeah, looks like SCARZ has opted to keep these guns, keep that op into the next round.
He's made his way through. He was able to circumnavigate that alarm bot. Now he's on the hunt. Ping does come down. They're wary about this, so very good awareness from the side of SCARZ, but not much else that they can do. Spike about to erupt. Goes off, swing on the corner. Foxy9 will go down. It's far from flawless, but now tied up 2-2. DRX string a couple together.
Yeah, still though, I mean, the firepower on DRX is going to be one of the the bigger advantages that they have. Of course, they're a tier 1 team. They're one of the most storied teams in Valorant history. Certainly the most storied in the Pacific region. But maybe other than Paper Rex now, but previously, with their undefeated win streak and their runs at the bigger events, and then eventually Paper Rex.
I'm feeling it. Yeah, I'm not lying to you.
Firepower on DRX, of course, is nothing to shake a fist at. Buzz and Mako in particular.
What's tomorrow's
time? He's on a headshot machine. Yoshi gonna get aggressive with this op.
Because the bracket's tomorrow, right?
The corner. Oh, Buzz. What angle is he playing? Just behind the box, sprays him down. Wow. Up now, stranded on the floor. Flashback finds a second. Lumo still trying to get the catch here, trying to find something to bring this back as much as possible. Foxy stops jiggling on the corner. Oh, now, okay, I cursed him. Swings back out, gets headshot, so Lumo at least able to pick up one. 4v3, Spike still here in window, and quick shot, Stacks finding elimination. Lumo lurking forward, takes quite a bit of damage, but swings back around, op recovered, but not for long. Allen will fall, Buzz gets himself 3, as does DRX.
Yeah, it's a really good
I'm trying to understand Wikipedia. I feel like they have the second time wrong, and I think it's because of
SCARZ an opportunity to recover that round to reset. They're able to pick that op back up, but DRX just great discipline here, kind of work their way through the SCARZ lineup. Lumo doing a little bit of damage, but overall, gotta like what you're seeing, and potentially might have a time stoppage.
Oh no!
Of some variety.
It looks like time is indeed stopped at the moment.
Never mind.
It's going to be a tech timeout or a tactical.
So tomorrow, top 6 plays.
As we were just waiting for a bit more information, but for now, it seems like it might be a bit of a tech issue here. And yeah, okay, we've got the people here on stage trying to check and see what's going on.
Tactical timeout. I think they. I can see Fades talking, so I like, very, very enthusiastically. Sometimes, notoriously Fades is kind of a little bit even keeled when he's in the coaching booth, but
he and Termy are usually quite stoic coaches.
Usually.
Both of them very rarely showing emotion. We have the famous shot of Fades at the Ascension tournament where they were just getting absolutely bodied on bind, and he cuts to his camera and he's not saying anything, no animation whatsoever, just staring. But okay, yes, it is a tactical timeout. Glad that we were able to fly the little graphic there to make me know that I was.
So SCARZ takes the timeout after losing 3 straight rounds.
You didn't have to say it out loud.
Makes sense.
People like self-deprecating humor, I think.
I do. I appreciate
Throw the towel.
Exactly. Either way, we'll be able to get back into this here momentarily and see if this timeout is going to be enough for SCARZ to try to turn this one around. They're not letting DRX get too far away from them. It's only 2-3 at the moment for their score line, but they don't want that to snowball.
Right, exactly. You've shown some good things. You've shown some different looks. Now you got read a little bit here by DRX. So I do appreciate that tactical timeout from Fades. He noticed that DRX was starting to download their patterns, and already we're seeing a bit of a change of pace here. Starting to push long A. They're using Yoshi to take some space here, along with Lumo now, TPing down into the bottom of the sewers. And Allen, tough job here. He's got a little bit of help from the turret, but he's playing a tough angle. Looking for that shot, not going to find it. Going to have to back up, set up the toxic screen. And even going to get a little bit of damage.
That's a spot that worked for Allen earlier, right?
He is swinging way over to the other side of the site. Just wants to avoid that spam if possible.
Gets away from it, doesn't take too much. Only 8 armor remaining, could be a...
Bro, look how far they're pushed up on that A side, though.
We'll be able to find one. Stacks again, going to get...
Up in lobby?
Is pushed forward, doesn't see too much, though, gets cleared out, and he's just going to be looking to hold this A lobby angle and see. As the Seekers do go out, quick clear, now the dash forward, themselves in onto the B site, Buzz up and over now into the back.
That utility there from Stacks buys them a little bit extra time and space, keeps Lumo and Yoshi stuck on the A site.
Quick TP out, the full disconnect, no one going to be playing in the site itself. Buzz going to be playing forward, just outside, tucked away into the cubby. Tempora rushes forward, checks back. Now they're very confident that there's going to be no one within it, but now the bites start flying. Already held to half, though. Forces them off. Spam hasn't even really begun yet. Things are about to get crazy. Turn on the flash. Buzz can't quite make it happen. Yoshi pushing forward, managing to find 3. Gets himself a 4th. On for the ace.
Yoshi's been snapping, dog.
Starts swinging it back into his favor. Takes it into a 1v1. They know it was held to half. He can't find the diffuser, though. And with the hold, Lumo will be able to get the round win.
Oh, just beautiful timing on this retake flood out of the front of the site. Kind of SCARZ understanding the way that DRX likes to play those B post plants. They want to get deep. They want to use their utility to buy time. And they know that their best option is to kind of flip that script, to flip that on its head, to just push out. Don't give DRX any opportunities. It's a great flash to shut Buzz down, and then Yoshi pops.
Bro, that'll make you fucking tense up, though.
Great shots there. Really showcasing his abilities and why they are confident to switch over to him as their duelist in that moment.
Right.
He's got the Blade Storm.
Blade Storm comes out for Yoshi.
Get down a little bit deep, but going to get backed off by a flash.
Knives out at the ready. See if you can put them to good use. So once again, just take a little bit of space and grind things to a halt for DRX.
Yeah, DRX taking their time. And there's the turret over onto the B side. Alarm bot going to be in the garage. Lumo once again going to be trying to play off that Killjoy utility. Smokes are going to come down. A nano swarm there to clear that turret. That's really, really nice. But knowing that it was there, they don't like that turret placement. That means that they're expecting pretty aggressive contact potentially off that positioning.
Oh, Yoshi sees him.
Oh, the instant headshot.
Down A.
Fantastic reaction time from Yoshi. That was Spike spotted as well.
Gross.
They know that it's hovering on this side of the map. Push forward. Just on the hunt. Here's some of these footsteps, and once again, it's going to be a
turn the corner, see your boy like, oh.
Set up flashback. Might be able to invest the pit here. Buzz comes away with a quick entry kill, taking down Allen.
30 seconds left.
Do they commit that to the fight? Looks like
Paranoia?
It's going to be no, but the swing around the back. Stan's able to find one. For a little bit more, Yoshi, a couple more knives left, needs to try to get the reset here, but does have the rifle. There's a bit of a backup, dash to the side, Mako finds Tempora, it's through the wall,
still on the other.
one set, hit quite steady to find Foxy 9 though. He takes him down, and DRX go blow for blow, they swing right back in. Manage to find themselves in an advantageous position once more.
Yeah, we've seen it so many times where Buzz loves to get vertical. He loves to get up on top of that box onto B and cause havoc. He's so skilled at resetting himself once he changes position like that. And Allen caught just a little bit off balance. Still, you know, Yoshi having a really solid round here, kind of making sure that there was no re-rotate available. But I think DRX the whole time kind of keen to go into that B site, see if they could have gotten that Viper's pit down. Of course it didn't. Now you've got a couple other big ults available, that lockdown in hand as well for DRX. And this time they're going to be eyeing the A site, maybe seeing if they could get that lockdown into sewer and really push that site. But immediately SCARZ here on a eco is going to flood back over onto the A site and just try to gamble onto this with just Allen on the other side lurking.
I mean, Mr. Denzel doesn't want them to get into that position where they could use this lockdown. Okay, just making eye contact awkwardly there with flashback, and then eventually falls down. It's a little bit of damage in, but now Buzz in around the back. Yoshi with a nice headshot takes him out, but then quickly be dealt with by flashback. Mako gets his opposing Omen in Lumo. And now suddenly it's just Allen with a Guardian in hand and about half HP. Just barely see the
Sorry, I
top
thought
of
you
the
have
head,
these.
so he can't get
What?
the clicks
Means
in.
he's got Viper's
Ends up
pick going in
falling,
next
and
round?
DRX now moves
Right?
up by 2.
Yeah, again, these aren't bad calls at all from SCARZ. It is a weak buy, so, you know, doing some damage there, not too bad, but, you know, not
got
forcing any
lockdown
ults
too?
out of DRX or anything like that. Not, you know, ideal, but they read the situation fairly well. They're able to kind of predict how DRX was going to want to maneuver that round against ecos. A lot of times, you know, DRX might just try to push the pace a little bit, try to see if they could catch you off guard a little bit. But
Only problem is DRX has
here we go.
everything but the Seekers.
For another B hit. Nano to clear down here. Flash as well to make sure that DRX has the space to really break out, and they're going to use the TP from Mako. We've seen this from time to time where he gets into the backup here onto Heaven and causes absolute havoc.
He's going to be giving that up pretty quickly here, joining them down now on the ground. Spike just now starting to be planted here by Stacks. Out into the open. It's the pit, just barely engulfs it. A very nice setup here for the side of DRX, and one that could be difficult to break because it's not going to flush them all the way out. That Viper's pit will be maintained. Pushing it out the back, 3 now into the lobby. The rush forward, the bite, the pit itself, the decay, working them lower and lower, but Stack's now going to be found. Yoshi down low, flashback, stuck, detained. Needs the reinforcements, they need the spray. They meant to find one, the fuse is interrupted, but it doesn't matter.
What?
Mr. Tenzo comes up huge. 4 for him, 4 for SCARZ. Once again separated by a singular round. What a retake from the team.
Who hit
really,
that?
Kind of, I think a few things left on the table here for DRX. I mean, not only is this Viper's Pit just nullified by the incredible sprays from Yoshi and Mr. Tenzo, but they still had a lockdown. They could have placed that to kind of counter the lockdown of SCARZ that they used to gain space to maybe buy themselves a little bit more time, make sure that they can't really push into that pit as comfortably. They had the backside really well covered with the Viper utility, but on the front side, there was no follow-up.
No, it was not. I mean, you can see the logic there. Have flashback, go ahead, get detained. Tenzo just going to be taken out. Buzz with a nice early kill. And catches him over it long. But have flashback, get detained. Stacks hugs into the corner. That should be well and fine, but then Stacks dies. So it does look silly, but they didn't want to double stack in this exact cubby to avoid the lockdown in case somebody pushed in or in case they
cubby
have
spot.
Yoshi now, though.
Yoshi.
Holding the line.
Yoshi. 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 Shut the fuck up.
What is that? Now on for the ace. The crowd goes wild. He will not find it. Luma will finish it, but good God. Blink and you miss it. What a 4K from this monstrous lad. We are now tied up 5-5.
Jemkin who? This Yoshi guy, he is something else. What a play here on the jet. Able to just completely shut this down. Deals with Buzz first, dashes over, stacks his crosshairs are broken. Foxy9 isn't ready for it. And Yoshi getting it done here for SCARZ, and we're all evened up, and now they've got some huge ults to play with. They've got the Seekers, they've got the Pit. Lumo's got his ult. Let's see how they are going to pilot this. Only 2 more rounds left in the half.
And something tells me
that was nasties, bro.
It's not going to just be a today thing for Yoshi playing.
How you doing, Tech?
I think that this is going to be something that we consistently see from this squad. Because good Lord, what a performance from him. I bet you if he was playing Reyna in that bind map, he would have gotten at least 3 kills.
At least.
Sorry, Jimkin. Good luck on RQ.
Yeah, good luck. We'll see you next year.
Well, now Yoshi still.
Yoshi!
Feel like he wants to get aggro. Plays all the way up. Stacks dead. That drops the spike again.
When your jet's popping off, everything else just comes easy. You know what I'm saying?
Identifying Foxy9's position. Now what did DRX do?
And those Seekers there give SCARZ some time to reset. The flash is going to give them some information that at least they're thinking of going towards B. Immediately,
they go garage?
Smoke is going to follow from
they're going to push B.
Buzz can't do anything.
I mean, had dash at the ready, but just not enough time to react as flashback. Very nice back-to-back headshots coming in. Takes out Allen, brings us back into a 3v3, so fighting chance for DRX. As the spike gets planted, Mako TPing into backside.
Good crossfire set up on site, but I mean, we've seen SCARZ. They're able to break these.
Very late rotation coming through here as Lewis is pushing his way
Got him.
forward. Okay, thought he had the kill, but still was able to stabilize. Gets it in the end. Flashback not ready for Yoshi, pushing up, and this time Yoshi can't get away with it.
Knows he's there.
Has to try to take him out.
Hold on.
Actually pull off the defuse, but they get on top of Foxy9 right as the paranoia expires. Not giving him that extra opportunity. And suddenly SCARZ are going to find themselves.
Oh, the SCARZ squad is starting to feel themselves.
They're saying they want the cheers. They don't care about defusing the damn spike. They want the roar of the crowd. They'll have both, though.
We either cheer or we don't defuse.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Just absolutely beautiful stuff from them. I mean, but again, little mistakes here cost DRX significantly, especially from a player like Mako. You do not see him too often.
I want to be careful
with
what you
ask
ask
for. Not sure if there was a miscommunication.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
he had a little bit more time, but and then, you know, trying to do what he can is Foxy9, but just too much to handle here. And again, SCARZ, I said it from the start, but even on those 3 rounds in a row where they lost, I liked what they were doing. I liked the thought process, and you could see the results that once they're getting their feet underneath them, that doesn't feel too good. And I mean, it makes Mitch happy, but
he can get some heals from Stacks, so we'll be able to get pushed back up to 100 eventually, but it's still armor lost. Pit now going to be invested, just trying to make the A site completely unassailable here for DRX. And once again, they're really just have their sights set on B.
And only a Bulldog for Buzz. He's got the Blade Storm, though, to back it up. Mako going to try to push a little bit of space, but you've got everything but the turret there for Tempura. to watch the front of this site. So contact is going to result in difficult situation. Buzz might try to go up and over. Yeah.
Okay, Seekers go first. They set them up over towards that A side to maybe try to draw some eyes, but oh, can't really adjust that one. Buzz jumps over the top of the Odin. Gets taken down. Maybe he versus Yoshi. And a knife fight will come up. We'll have to just wait and see, but for now, it is DRX once again just doing the full disconnect away from the site. Odin could be recovered. Says this is better than a Bulldog.
Just a bit.
And yeah, if you want to try to spray down an diffuser, that's a pretty damn good way to do it. Tap on it, turret as well, identifying. The spray opens up, nothing going to be noted. Quick updraft, trying to find flashback, but he'd already been taking some damage. Ends up falling. Buzz finds another, but then Lumo takes him down. Still, however, 3 players. Is it a fuse? Starting up, gets to the half, however. Do they realize that? Retap attempted. Stacks, though. Benching to find him, and Allen just has to try to stick it. He's got a parade, but there's no way in hell will they let him get away with it. They take him down the spike.
Hit him with the head shake.
End to this half as we get ready to swap sides, tied up at 6-6.
And a phenomenal half for Yoshi and SCARZ.
Yo, chat, any Overwatch
Lumo,
watchers?
I gotta give him a ton
Enjoyers?
of credit. Not only is he playing well,
I'm definitely going to be turning on the Overwatch World Cup at work tomorrow.
He's making good play calls. The only thing that kind of stinks for them is, you know, that Odin falls over into the hands of DRX and kind of, you know, bites them in the butt a little bit, as that's able to then be used to wallbang against them in a really favorable spot there for DRX, who loves to play post plants deep on the B. And Buzz there being really tricky, switching between the Bladestorm and the Odin, kind of keeping them off balance.
We might even do a
good
watch party heading into work. Yeah, probably not. I shouldn't say that.
SCARZ play with the way that traditionally
we are going to have some
DRX
stuff to do afterwards.
Performs on Haven. This could be very, very close as we roll along in the second half.
So I will probably be sleeping. Realistic.
Karma come back around for somebody purchasing an Odin.
Realistically.
If you buy it, you deserve to have it used against you.
Yeah. What do you call it? The dishonest?
Is a dishonest weapon.
Yeah, dishonest weapon.
If you are a dishonest player, if you buy the Odin, if you buy the
bad, champ.
These are just guns that shouldn't be in the game. And
Flashbang?
Yeah, there you
Warning?
go.
It's like using an auto. CS, you know, some things you don't do.
I see. Fair enough. I mean,
yes, this is all directed at Mitch.
Yeah, yes, of course. That's the only person we're actually talking to.
Yeah.
He's the only one that matters. Well, I mean, I tell you what,
can't
though.
fix him.
No, nobody can. He's beyond repair.
Yep.
He's going to watch back the VOD and be like, bro.
See how
he's not one of those, you know, in Japan they have that art form where they repair pottery with gold.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking? You can't even fix him with that.
Oh, he's actually probably in the green room. It's like early part of
let's
that
see what
afternoon
happens,
there.
As we get ready to go back into the game here in this second half. The ever important pistol, as we are neck and neck, 6-6 between these two squads. And SCARZ able to stop that momentum, stop that snowball buildup that we know DRX can have. Well, they are back over onto a defending side. Famously, their coordination often looks the best, so we'll see what kind of reads Lumo is going to have now that they shift over to the attacking side.
Yeah, and you can see that SCARZ kind of flirting with trying to show A pressure and then pumping the brakes a little bit here. You know, a lot of times, again, you're using that util to clear space to allow you to kind of put some extra pressure on the player that's in A long. But let's go around. They're taking their time. Trailblazer out here. Going to confirm the presence of just Allen, as they're going to keep Yoshi hidden in the pocket. But everybody else just kind of fanned out on the map, and nobody, again, SCARZ on these pistol rounds being really, really diligent, really methodical, trying to see if they can catch a player just a bit out of sorts. For now, Stacks are going to reconfirm, and with that Trailblazer, you got to start thinking they're going to be going A, and immediately you can see Flashback on his way over to help out.
The poison orb there set up as well.
Ooh, I wonder if we do round 2 tomorrow.
While Yoshi just going to get tucked away over by that A-long orb.
Beforehand, instead of taking a nap.
DRX is going to kind of just give up B, play for C.
I feel like I should
and
probably
now
take a
with this
nap,
contact, you really got to anticipate that it's going to be one of those two. Mako going to try to buy some time on the back of sight.
Paranoia out first, did spot Lumo. Tags him up a little bit more. They're working their way forward here into the side. Foxy 9 up on top. Let's wait and see if he can spot anything. Swing over the corner. Allen with the frenzy, able to find somebody. Gets another dink, but only 4 bullets and can't finish the job. Tempora takes out.
It's all right. Leads it to a 3v3.
Try to stick this plant, which is happening back over here on the B site where Yoshi is also situated.
It's just great maneuvering of the map here from SCARZ. At least able to get this plant down find something, and they could.
And now they should know that they're only coming from Seaside.
HP. One bullet from either of these ghosts will take him down. Mako spotting though with the
Are these like mid
door?
door? Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! Delivers the goods yet again.
Ugh.
Basically gets the collat, follows
Damn.
up for the third shot, and SCARZ
Wow,
take the second
that
half
collat
pistol.
shot was nasty.
Unbelievable stuff. This guy has come up with some huge multi-kills. Once again, some dinks make things a little bit easier. What in the world? That fadeaway there from Mr. Tenzo. Absolutely disgusting. And they are
Everyone's
up.
like, bro, what?
You love to see
Yeah.
it.
Does DRX go down too?
These players very much right at home here on this stage in front of this crowd. They are feeling good, and they are performing even better than they feel.
And that's both pistols going the way of
That'd be
SCARZ
kind of
now.
wild,
A
honestly.
classic DRX.
Yeah, this is typical. I'm not. If you're a DRX fan, you shouldn't be overly concerned because you probably have been in this situation many a time. But all Bulldogs as well here for SCARZ. Another kind of DRX special. They used to love to occasionally throw all of those Bulldogs at you if the funds could afford it. And just a ghost purchase for Mako as he's going to get tagged up a bit.
No sheriff this time around. It's keeping the money a bit more towards that 2K benchmark. His Bloods will be able to find one. That's going to be Allen taken down. Weapon recovers. He dashes across. Gets it. Gets the spot.
Nice.
Walt gets Tempora. It's a little bit of no damage. Actually not going to be found on the Yoshi. The shots go wide as he does find Buzz. That weapon, if Stacks pushes forward, can be recovered. For now, Foxy 9, though, trying to hold the line. 2 right clicks. Takes him down. Mako spraying through the wall. Gets the kill. And suddenly, it's just Lumo left in a 1v4. Granted, yes, the weaponry is still going to be quite weak, but this would be one hell of a clutch.
Cover going out.
Sets up the smoke. Fakes the TP. See if he can get any information off of that one, but he cannot. Foxy 9.
Good bounce back by
holds the
DRX.
line over at C. They win the thrifty round. They bring it back to a 7-7
They've got
score.
the Red Bull.
This is all in the back of Buzz's
like, just
hot start
cups.
here. Able to outduel Allen.
For what you can
Little bit of
assume is
help.
probably
Picks up that Bulldog,
soft
immediately
drinks
puts
or
it to good
maybe
use, even spots
like
Yoshi
tea,
over the top of that
coffee.
smoke. Goes for the kill, but Yoshi able to get the better of him. But then the
I always kind of
crossfire here,
assume it's coffee,
too
but
much
I
to
don't
handle
know.
For SCARZ as they're just herded towards the C site. And again, not often that you see DRX get that
Although
aggressive
that one's
early
probably
in
not
a
coffee
round.
because it's through a straw, huh?
Catches SCARZ just a
I'm an
little bit
idiot.
off guard, and then you can see that their protocols kind of start to fall apart a little bit, and they get stuck just trying to hold angles, trying to hold off this ferocious attack onto their backlines.
There is something in the food, in the water here in Tokyo that is just making these players pull off just thrifties.
Okay, Buzz.
Saw it throughout both of the previous maps as well.
Does that cause them to back down?
Could be the Chonko.
No. They're gonna continue to push their way up short.
Yeah, we're just not gonna tell anybody what that is. We're gonna make you look it up yourself. You've got the internet if you're watching this. Go figure it out.
Yep. Well, Paranoia sent out, but Buzz in front of it spots the feet, and Tempora just walks right into the trap that's been laid. And Stacks finding Allen now. Tenzo thinking that he's about to get a free kill, but Mako turns
Get
back,
him, Buzz.
catches him. And this is going to be a wash here. It seems like SCARZ not going to be able to pull off. a
He's
miraculous
falling with
thrifty like we just
style.
saw from the side of DRX. It's going to be a flawless follow-up on the back of that one, as once again, DRX will get themselves in a lead, but that has not lasted long so far in this map.
No, it's been extremely back and forth. And, again, SCARZ mental today seems really, really good. Fades has done a great job getting these guys prepared for this match here today. And they were fired up. Again, it means so much to these players, not only to qualify for this event, but also to play in this stadium, to play in front of the home crowd fans. There's so many things that have these SCARZ players so excited to play for today, to have them so motivated to play well today. And it's just been really, really enjoyable to watch them play. They have been really, really good on this map. Getting a deep lurk there, yeah, it doesn't pay off in that last round, but still, you're throwing weird looks at DRX that are going to make them think, that are going to get inside of Stacks' head and just kind of, keep them off balance. And that's what we've seen them do so well throughout this map.
Much more standard approach here from DRX coming into this round. They know that the buy is going to be there. They don't want to do anything too
So they're doing best of ones for this round,
in their default positions for the time being.
but it really kind of depends on how late the tournament's. Typically, it's best of threes, and then sometimes you'll see like a best of 5, best of 7 for like upper bracket finals, grand finals sort of deal.
Bite stops the peak for a brief little moment there from Foxy 9, but now see the sights, the spike starting to drift over.
I believe it's best of 3s up until grands, which is best of 5s, I think, for grands.
The message is found all the same as Buzz dashing away. You have to respect.
Although grands is a single day, that might be a best of 7. I feel like best of 7 is usually just for like majors. So.
Buzz finding one, sits out of the cloud burst, gets a little bit of damage there on a Luma, but he manages to hold his ground. Damage across both players here. So very
nice shot.
Able to find him as he tries to get a cheeky TP up into heaven and shuts it down. And now Allen with 35 HP in just 10 seconds likely needs to just hold on to the weapon. Here's the footsteps. We'll be able to get one, but there's just no way in hell. Not enough time to try to go on the hunt and take out Mako, so the round goes the way of DRX. Once again, up by 2.
And this is really good.
Because usually, like in a best of 3, you'll have like a picks and bans to where each team gets a pick, and then you have a map left over
on the other side of the map
for the decider.
Trying to buy time over into the garage, trying to sell a bit of a fake with some of that Viper utility, using those snake bites and those kind of things to try to keep DRX from being able to make a quick rotate over to A.
Which is why they can do 8 matchups on a day like this when they're doing all best of 1s.
Paranoia from Lumo to keep Stack stuck in that corner, but Buzz doing a great job, able to skirt around the side of all of it, find those really valuable kills.
Because home grounds is over in Tokyo, so it's like
onto the site, and then
middle of the afternoon right now.
Just brilliant senses, as always, to come in and clean that up.
Flash goes out, forward check, make sure no one's going to be playing on into the cubby. Dash forward, and Yoshi's just completely surrounded. Buzz finds one, Foxy 9 opens up. Tenzo going to be taken down. Smoke comes in to try to drift away themselves out of this rough position. It seems like they will be able to do so, but flashback. The quiet carry of DRX so far here in this map comes away with another kill. Suddenly it's just Lumo and Allen left standing. The Vandal's still in play. Some damage can be dealt, but 2v5. Odds very much stacked against SCARZ to try to come away with a round win here. It seems like
yeah, but that means they need to win this next round because otherwise their econ shot.
Even, so maybe can find one.
A little bit of a delayed reaction there. Mako just pushing forward, manages to catch him. Now Allen just run away, grab the orb, get at least a little bit closer to having
I mean, CS now is up to 15, or no, they just lowered it to 13. Wasn't it 15 in CS before CS2?
Flashback comes away with the second kill of the round. Flawless fashion here for DRX.
Or am I tripping?
10-7.
Yeah, it's just a solid hold here from DRX, of course. An eco buy for SCARZ, not able to replicate what we saw as ZETA earlier today with those Sheriff rounds.
I've only done like very minimal
serious damage, and now once again
CS work.
Maybe time for a bit of a timeout. I think it's a tech timeout this time. So for reals, no buffoonery this time.
No, well that's good. Spare me some blushes.
Yeah, doing my best.
Well, we'll look to get back into this game, obviously, as quickly as we possibly can. Hopefully it won't be too long. Nothing too severe to take care of. Once we have that squared off, we'll go back in and see whether or not SCARZ is going to be able to pick up this next win. I just talked about the quiet carry, flashback. I had my concerns as to whether or not he was going to be warmed up coming into this map.
I think it's now 13 for CS2.
Going toe-to-toe and besting.
Oh, you know what? I think I remember ESCA was doing
really
11 rounds,
maybe. Performance, as we saw in the middle stages, in particular, of that 10 tournament
for like
a couple weeks ago, really started to heat up. Really started to figure out
some
his
of their
and stuff. And in talking to DRX about this player, you know, they said the best thing about him right now is that he's naturally talented mechanically. That's one of the things that they noticed in him. That's why they were wanting to grab him as a young player to try to bring him into the org, trying to get him to really see what he's made of.
Bro, the music scoring for like the intros.
It was old DRX to be Zest playing
downtime and stuff.
Situation.
Always
and
so
I would
good.
say, yeah, Zest's utility might be slightly better than Flashback's, but Flashback's firepower clearly just as good, if not better, than Zest's, at least what we've seen so far this year.
Well, so far has been quite clean from him. Mako, Foxy, and Stacks bringing up the rear here. Not much separating those guys as far as the kills are concerned, but Still time for that to change, as well as for SCARZ to get themselves back into this one. They haven't let DRX really get away. I think it's only been a 2-round separation up until this point. Let's see if they can bring it back down to 2. Just jumping around the corner, looking to see if anybody's coming out of B, but DRX not on a bye round.
Stax has
be doing that.
gotten pretty far up the long A. I'm curious how aware of that Allen is. Not too sure. I don't think he has any idea unless he is really taking a big risk.
He's just going to be able to drift down into sewer now. I mean, it seems like Stax has to be aware that this could be a thing.
Right.
He's curious about it, but how deep will he go to actually investigate this one?
Well, and if they come back towards A here, so much pressure is going to be on Stax, but I don't think they have any clue that he's been tucked into this corner.
He's the only one on this side of the map.
Guiding light, though, is going to get him.
Coming down. They know
That's
that
big.
The flash completely catches him. A great read, great awareness here once again from SCARZ.
Regrowth gives him the reset coming in, plus you got the Seekers.
Gets the kill. Allen going to be taken down, but now into the Cloudburst. The Seekers are there, and he's going to get caught. Yoshi finds Mako at the same time, and suddenly, it's just Foxy9 and Flashback remaining. Quick on the rotate, they're hovering nearby. Foxy9 trying to push up, but doesn't adjust a little bit too far to the right. Mr. Tenso will be able to clean up the kill. As the smoke dissipates, Lumo is ready for it. The kills come across. And
I think if Foxy gets the jet, he doesn't hesitate on the second. Who was it, the Omen?
Just phenomenal reads here from SCARZ. Whether Allen, heard at some point Stacks coming up there or not, I don't know. But what I do know is that they figured it out one way or another, because that flash was meant for nobody but whoever was in that corner, and they absolutely punished DRX here. And because DRX kind of overcommits towards the other side of the map, towards the B and the C side, expecting with all this info that Stax has, Stax is like, look, if there's anybody on the other side heading towards sewers, it's one guy. It's probably just Allen using his toxic screener, setting it up for somebody else. No other pressure along A. You guys are good. Keep your feet planted. And SCARZ is like, wait, this is weird. We haven't had any contact anywhere over towards the A side of the map. Let's see what's going on over there, and really read that situation so nicely.
And because of that, have to go back to the double up. Spuzz on op duty. Pulling this out for feels like the first time in a very long time. Right now, it's going to be the hover outside of Garage. Foxy9 going to get smoked off. Trailblazer being sent forward, but Spam does manage to clear it out, so not too much information going to be gained here. Drops down. Gets a little bit of damage there. Across through the door.
Yeah, but now that they're known to be more likely pushing to B, right? Because they're not going to push into that. In Garage? Yeah.
Gives him a much better idea. Oh, dear. Oh, spot him. Reacts way too quickly. Plus does not allow for him to push forward so he can actually line up the shot. Foxy9, though.
Hold on.
Now trying to anchor this B site. Spike going to be dropped as he comes away with 2 kills. Mako going to get caught up in the crossfire. Ends up falling to the wayside. We now have a 3v3. Uppers forward. Alarm bot there. They hear 2 guns firing as well as the footsteps on the site. They know that everybody remaining from
Paranoia cuts him off.
Now starting on the rotation, but Foxy9.
It's a good pick from Allen here as well.
Hit going to be invested. Curious to see what DRX decide to do here. Looks like Flashback going to try to flush him out. Pushing forward. Shorty in hand, spots him, gets 1 shot across. It does not.
I was going to say an interesting Viper's pit, but I think that actually really played out well.
And suddenly it's 9 to
they
10.
had to push so far in, right?
Man. Buzz there just not quite ready for the not wide swing there from Allen. He kind of pokes his gun out and then just kind of guesses. He's expecting him to go just a little bit more towards the door.
Right past the elbow.
Yep. He was thinking he's just going to keep heading towards that door, just going to exit. But, wisely, Allen there is checking, and it kind of, catches Buzz just a little bit off guard. And that's just, again, great awareness from SCARZ. They're kind of expecting these long A pushes from DRX for them to try to set up these traps.
See, but I need to do this Pioneers video tomorrow.
Ooh. Dialed in. That this is going to be
yeah, I'm gonna only watch the first round, chat.
So again, credit where credit's due. FaZe has done a really good job getting these guys ready here today. They're going to slow things up once again. Just take their time, wait things out, a little bit of utility, but as always, it's just kind of Allen up here in A main.
Well spotted. Trailblazer chases, and this time Buzz finds his target.
Oh my goodness!
Allen swings right into it.
Oh.
Second attempt. Oftentimes he's going to nail it. Seeker now on the hunt, reveals somebody in a forward position. Yoshi ready to try to go for the entry. Dashes over towards that A-link door. Lockdown now going to be coming through as Foxy9. Cuts down Mr. Tenzo, and Yoshi falls to Mako's hands. Tempora now just can do nothing other than slowly drift his way forward into that site. Ends up getting taken down, and well, has an opportunity to potentially get rid of this operator, but he's just steadily drifting past that jet. Doesn't find him. Stacks now. Oh, sees the gun barrel, gets the headshot. Crispy, flawless here from DRX. So now move up 11.
Yeah, it's just
rounds to go.
A really good play off the back of that lockdown. Just immediately start pressing space, spike down, everybody firing on all cylinders. Foxy9's done a really good job defending this B site throughout this half. He's really been good for at least one, if not two kills almost every time, it feels like. So got to give a lot of credit where credit's due here, that Foxy having to switch over to maybe a bit of an uncomfortable role for himself off of that duelist role, really shining here on the defender side with Killjoy. And usually it's more like, you know, we used to see Stacks' breach a lot on this B site, right? But he's been called upon to really fortify that position. Now he's shifting over to A. Utility completely placed at the front of this site. A little bit of backup now from Flashback. The two young guns here for DRX going to be called upon to anchor this.
This is a big change up here for DRX. Now they know that the KJ is here. Turret going to be cleared out. They continue to try to play into this one. They have the lockdown available for themselves, and there's no way to clear it. So far, the lockdown hasn't been being brought forward. Looks like they want to try take a crack at opening the site as Yoshi. Quick shots across. Foxy9 take it down. Tenzo again delivering the goods. Comes up with two. The site completely broken open. This Buzz just now pushing out of C-Long. Right? Still has that operator in his hand. Needs to ditch that for a rifle to try and assist here. And help Stacks back into the site. Shot onto one. Let's identify the location of two other players. Pop Flash eats the full thing. Has to back away, take his time, but one tap shot. Tenzo taken out, looks for more Stacks. It's going crazy.
Oh my goodness.
What a 4K. The IGL for DRX drags it back into their favor, and now they're at map point.
Damn.
Time and time again have we seen heroics in the clutch from Stacks, and he has brought it out.
Oh, kiss the mouse again.
Yeah, please. Yes, that one is well-deserved. That was absolutely filthy. The pullback on the Flash, able to come back off of the one tap and follow up with a few more. Just ferocious as Stacks in moments like that. There are so many iconic moments from him on the biggest stages, and there's another one for the history books.
Absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous.
Nothing else to say.
Unreal.
He's going to run out of mice to kiss at this point. That Razer sponsorship needs to get on it.
I'm sure he has plenty. But now, map point in the hands of DRX. Identifying that Allen is on the side. Thought maybe Buzz would wait, trying to go for a timing shot, see if he could catch him on the cross, but seems like for now is at least hiding that this operator could be here.
There's a lot of tools to play with for SCARZ. You got the lockdown, you got some Seekers, so going to be able to kind of toy with the map a little bit. Maybe use those Seekers to try to see if you can catch DRX, you know, as you're getting ready to set up for your attack. Trailblazer going to be set out. Mako already set up with a one-way, no contact off the back of that. Stack's going to confirm, and indeed, presence being noted, but nobody shifting weight yet for DRX. Everybody remaining planted for this 2-1-2 setup.
Quick clear on the bot. Flashback. Feeling like he's up for the challenge, but Allen managing to take him down with that Spectre. Stacks trying to push up into the Cloud Burst, gets gunned down by Yoshi, who then turns his sights over to Mako. Paranoid in the corner. Didn't know what was going to hit him, and now the same could be said for Buzz. Just sprinting his way through the spawn, up, going to be left on the floor. He's got enough money for another one, but SCARZ are not backing down. They want to take this to overtime.
Yeah, just a really nice methodical push here. Even though DRX gets a little bit of info, Yoshi is going to finish the job with a third kill in the round, and it's just really clean stuff from SCARZ. They're able to just kind of dissect the defensive of DRX, and again, DRX doesn't really move off of any of the contact off of the utility, whether it be theirs or their opponents. They just kind of plop their feet. No timeouts from DRX just yet, which has been kind of the MO in recent history, that I almost fell off my chair.
Oh God! I don't want to have to take you to a Japanese
Nobody
hospital
saw
because
it.
you broke your
yeah,
hip.
no,
So.
we've already had that at Ascension where I broke my ankle. So let's not do that again.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Well, up again into the hands of Buzz. Waiting. Trailblazer can be cleared. Yoshi pushing forward. Spam.
Gives him enough space to at least get through the first part of it.
Still not going to be found.
They still got to worry about this op, though.
Opera's not really going to be blocking.
Guiding light bites.
Flash goes for the shot. Ends up going wide. Tempura can breathe a sigh of relief, and now invests the lockdown.
That'll make just a little bit of poop come out. I'll tell you what.
Where he wants to go. Looks like he's going to have to push all the way up in towards heaven. Manages to get away from it. Flash back. Takes him a little while, but eventually gets the headshot. Yoshi going to be taken down. Tempura pushing forward, managing to find two. Stacks gets Lumo at the same time, and it was
Shorty!
The Shorty in hand! Guns down to
Please, please.
It's just As Buzz, he misses the first shot.
He's so nasty.
And then it's crisp
Wow.
and clean. 13 to 10, a hell of a performance
Damn.
from both of these squads, but it's DRX barely eking out the victory.
Yeah, it took a little while, but those last couple of rounds certainly
Golly.
looked like quintessential DRX with the stacks clutch, Buzz showing off his skills.
It's a show
with
match.
that
They wanted
jet,
it
with
to,
those dashes,
put on
with
a
that
show.
shorty.
Respect.
But really, a really well played map here from SCARZ. My hats are off. It's just unbelievable.
He has more than one hat?
What they brought here today. Again, showing great mental awareness, great fortitude, and some great skills to back it all up.
Fantastically done. I mean, Yoshi again, have to give him an individual round of applause, I think, for his performance in this match because, good God, I mean, highest ACS at the end of it all. 6 first bloods, only bested by Buzz with 7. A wonderful...
Yo, that last round was nasty.
It was back and forth for a lot of this one between DRX and SCARZ on Haven, but the Tokyo buff wasn't enough for SCARZ as the Korean team put a very impressive W on the board here, and I think overall it was just a consistently impressive win for the Korean side.
They bounced back really nicely. I mean, it really, SCARZ throwing some really odd looks at them at times, throwing a lot of different looks, especially on that defender side, making it really challenging for DRX to really ever feel comfortable, get a good read.
Yeah, chat, I very much expect Fnatic to do Fnatic things, so I think I'm going to actually call it on that one, y'all.
A phenomenal map to watch.
It really was. I mean, so many times.
I don't want to be a spoil sport or nothing, but I do want to wake up here in a few hours.
Everybody had their moments throughout this one.
And
Mako was widely quiet, having his big moments. I mean,
record a video, try and get this Pioneers video up tomorrow. So I'm trying to wake up, record it, edit it, post it. That way I can do a thumbnail for it after work. If not, also wrap up editing it after work.
I mean, I think they performed way better than I could have anticipated. Because again, they have.
Because what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Well, later today, since it's already 2:50.
To Red Bull Home Ground 2023 here at the Ryogoku Kokuchikan Arena in Tokyo.
Yeah, I would love to stay on, yo, but I got to get off. We will be back live tomorrow night, though. And tomorrow night starts earlier, which is dope.
After that, to get tucked into. If you are just joining us, let me just welcome you once again to our amazing casters / analysts. They can basically do it all. It is, come on, paper thin. Anthilos.
You almost called me Tom,
I nearly called you Tom again, but I thought...
And it's best of 3s is when that starts. And it starts at 10:40 Eastern time.
Okay, the beard.
The beard is the difference. Yeah,
Tim's got the beard, and Tom has like no hair. He's
Tom
like a
can't grow
naked
a
mole
beard.
rat.
That's correct.
Yeah.
There you go. SCARZ fans, I want to get onto the RX in a minute.
And we only have 2 rounds tomorrow.
Especially the ones here in the arena, can walk away thinking, okay, we can still perform here, right?
Yeah.
As in tonight.
We should. If they're not feeling that, then they're thinking completely and entirely wrong. Because, like I said, I wasn't expecting this to be as close as it was. I was a little bit worried coming into it. I didn't want to, be that honest at the start before we got into the game. I was thinking, okay, maybe DRX takes this like 13-5, 13-4. You know, I could see them just running away with it. But SCARZ were prepared. They were throwing curveballs at DRX on the regular. They were having good reads as far as what they thought DRX was going to do.
No, tomorrow's a long day.
Was just on point from everybody on the team for the most part. So it was a fantastic performance, and like I said, I think that there's a very bright future ahead for this SCARZ team as they, you know, get ready to start competing.
But I am going to try and be up through the entirety of tomorrow.
Together and to be able to put it together and look like this, especially Mr. Tenzo and Yoshi. You know, Yoshi swapping off of his natural role over to the duelist, and that dynamic duo of an initiator and a duelist that you see so often. These guys,
no promises
like
though,
been doing it for
but I should be.
It was phenomenal here, and certainly you could see, you know, a couple of these players from SCARZ plus this coaching staff.
Sorry, I was looking at the schedule trying to figure it out. But yeah, so I'm out of here, man. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Appreciate y'all coming out and checking out the first multi-stream. Tomorrow, maybe, possibly, potentially, hopefully, should be multi-streaming over on TikTok as well. Trying to get, or we should be getting that set up. But appreciate y'all. Till we catch y'all back over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere. Game hard and love hard. All right, y'all. It's your boy Q. Signing off. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already, too. Help your boy.